Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never gotta box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
And you
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. This channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What up? What up? What's good with the fight family, man? How y'all feeling on this good Monday? Hope y'all feeling all right. We back again to build on this good boxing and give it its just due, how we always do. Y'all already know. If you catch this on the playback, man, make sure you smash that like button, sub to the channel. Make sure you turn your notifications on and come rock out with the fam. How y'all feeling today, man? How's everybody feeling, man? Hopefully y'all had a good weekend and y'all enjoyed the boxing over this weekend. Because I did. It's a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. Got a lot to talk about, man. We going to get to a lot of clips, a lot of conversations, a lot of breakdowns, a lot of boxing chatter, y'all. I like it when it's like this, personally. I do. I like it when it's like this. I do. But we gonna get to it. Let me say what's up to the family, and we gonna get to this build. Shout out to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Jusdu, the first in the building. Yeah, y'all all smash on the like button. Ace, what's good with it, bro? Down goes Keyshawn Davis, just getting ready for Friday. Keyshawn about to style out La D. Peace to the queen. How you feeling today? Yeah, Keyshawn about to show out. D1, my guy, my brethren is in the building. Big Dre, my brother, what's good with it? Thomas Hill in the building. How you feeling, bro? Judah Vision, my guy. What's good, family? How you feeling? How you feeling? There, you know, we got the dopest intro. Aisha, peace to the queen. How you feeling today? Shout out to you. We gonna get to this build, though. We gonna get to it, man. We had some good boxing on Saturday, man. We had boxing Friday and Saturday, but you know, the biggest stories and takeaways is coming from Saturday. You know, one being Kid Austin. I mean, his fight got everybody talking. And I don't know, man. It's a lot. It's a lot to talk about. It's a lot to talk about. But we gonna get to it. I'm gonna make sure I give, you know, Kid Austin his just due. He deserved it for sure. Listen, he went out there. He fought Renee Garone. You know, in a 12 rounder. From what I understand, it was supposed to be a 10-round fight. And they switched it to the 12 round at the last minute. But nonetheless, the young man was in his first 12 rounder, you know, of his career. And he went out there. He had some bumps for sure. But, you know, nonetheless, overall, he got through it. And the good thing about getting tested and what he went through Saturday is he know exactly what he got to work on. And he got an opportunity to, you know, sit back and analyze the mistakes he made in this fight and move forward. And it's funny because every time this happens to every fighter is whenever I hear fighters when they got a fight coming up and they like, I'm just calling it what it is. When you clout chasing, when there's no substance behind what you're saying, you tend to lose focus on the job at hand. And I think that's, you know, Saturday night is a prime example of why you need to focus on your fight for you not make it through your fight. See, Terrence Crawford said, focus on your fight for you not make it to your fight. But in this case, focus on your fight for you not make it through your fight. And you see what happened Saturday is why I'm saying that. Shout out to my baby girl. She said I'll go first. Okay, well, I appreciate you then. Put some color in the chat. Let's get to it, man.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Super Soda was good with the fam. Always his dad cussing him out in the corner. That was wild. Yes, Aisha, that was wild. Nah, you can't have no water. Hey, man, we gonna build on this. This is gonna be a good conversation. Look, so as always, so I stay true to my name. I gotta point out, you know, that the young man. Shout out to Mike Mazak. How you feeling, bro? I gotta point out that the young man went out there. He had a battle-tested guy in front of him, and Renee Garone. But, you know, he got through it. It was a 12-rounder first one. You know, he started the fight extremely well. I don't know if anybody noticed that. From the start of this fight, from the first few rounds of this fight, this kid really fought in a way, in my opinion, that was very, very impressive. You get what I'm saying? He was picking the right distance. He was picking his shots, mixing it up, going to the head, body. And I thought we was on this seeing possibly one of the most polished performances to date from this kid. That's what I thought, because I'm always looking for guys to improve from fight to fight, right? Nothing spectacular, nothing too crazy. Just improve from fight to fight. And the way it started, it looked like he was right on par, like I said, y'all, for having one of the best fights of his career, one of the most cleanest performances. But he ran into a little bit of he ran into a bit of an issue. And I think the issue, is him just being young, his inexperience and his impatience kicked in, right? He didn't stay disciplined to that game plan. And that shows me that, look, he a little dog. He liked to mix it up. He liked to fight. And I like that about him. I think he's going to always be entertaining because of it. But again, you trying to pretty much showcase yourself and make a case that you belong getting a title shot, right? And I don't think you can do that if you having these type of performances, right? You can't sit here and scream and holler about Shakur and Tank Davis, Keyshawn Davis, and all these guys, and then you go out there and have a performance like this. Now, I know it's only one, and you did win the fight. I want to be very clear. I give you your respect, your credit. You know what I'm saying? You got knocked down for the first time in this fight. I got that clip. We're going to talk about that. But it's a lot of different like audio and takeaways to take away from this fight, bro. Man, look, you were impatient and your inexperience showed Saturday night. You had a hell of a game plan that you were executing from the start of the fight. And it, like I said, it looked real good, real promising. You was doing your thing, but you just couldn't stay the course. You didn't stay disciplined and you start mixing it up. You got caught. And it's like you get hit and you just start fighting. And that doesn't always work for you. You get what I'm saying? And it almost worked against you Saturday. You had some moments, D1. Say whether he wants to qualify or not, promoted to us exactly what's going to happen. They're going to pump the brakes and hit the drawing board. We already know D1. But even if he went out there and looked spectacular, he still wasn't getting them fights. You know what I'm saying? He looking damn good. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? It's form, right? Right, Aisha Ryan, what's good with it, my guy? How you feeling, bro? He looked sharp. He looked good, didn't he? Yeah, all that switching for no reason. D1, man, you beat me to it, bro. So we're gonna talk about it. Look, it's a good conversation, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna be fair, but we're gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I always gotta make sure I give guys they just do because he deserved it. You know what I mean? He went out there and performed, and in the rough moments, like he found a way to win. But it's a lot to take away from those mistakes he made because he made plenty. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is why, as a fighter, father of a father, a fighter of a fighter. Pardon me, y'all. as a father of a fighter, it's very important not to oversell the product. And I think what he's been doing in recent, interviews and different things is constantly overselling the product. So when we get to the fight on fight night, you get what I'm saying? Like, listen, I understand, like, everybody gonna say they got the best fighter in the world, but when you tearing down some of the best fighters in the world to try to shine a light on your guy, and you trying to package him up as one of the best things smoking, that's what people gonna look for. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna expect that. They're gonna be like, all right, this dude, Shakur soft, Tank scary. He gonna vacate the belt when it's time to fight. He ain't gonna fight you. All these dudes running and ducking, and they all scared. And you beat up Tank and sparring, seen him get stopped, and you beat up Shakur and sparring, and it was easy work, and you couldn't touch him. All these damn fantasy stories, and then you get under the lights where it mattered the most, and you look like stir fry. You inexperienced. Your impatience led to you looking rough in there. You look like, man, you look like people calling him the poor man's version of Sean Porter. And I understand the comparisons completely. All that switching with no purpose and no intent behind it, just doing it because you can, that's not impressive. Like, if you notice, Terrence Crawford as a switch hitter, when he switch, it's for a purpose. Like, you get what I'm saying? You don't just do it just to do it. Boots do it naturally, but he can fight just as well in both stances, and we've seen that from him. So when he does it, it's more with an intent and with a purpose, right? When you do it, you're just showing us that you can do it, and it's not a question about it. I mean, it's not a reasoning for what you're doing it for. You know what I'm saying? You just do it. So I don't know, man. I think he got to be smarter moving forward, man. This ain't gonna work. I think he need to add somebody else to his camp. I think he need to add somebody else and bring somebody else in right now. That's what it's starting to look like to me. Do I think? No, absolutely not. Nope. Listen, do I think what do I think Lala would he fight him if he got the opportunity, him being a young fighter? I think he would. But I think his father and Oscar Delahoya know full well that he's not ready for that opportunity. And they said as much, you know what I'm saying? They said as much, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? They said that. So, Jonathan, what's good with the family? How you feeling? So, yeah, man, that fight ain't happening right now. Good try. But I don't think he wants that fight right now. I think he likes calling them guys out. He's supposed to call the top guys out. Let me be clear and say that. He's supposed to call for the top guys on his way there, right? He's supposed to let you know at every turn the guy's exactly who he wants to fight, but he got to be realistic, and it can't be wolf tickets. And on top of that, when your dad is trying to sell you as the best fighter in the world, the greatest fighter ever, those performances have to back it up. And I know you 18 fights in right now. Like I said, knockdowns are part of the game. That's not the end all be all. You got back up and you kept fighting, but the mistakes that you made inside of those 12 rounds that led to that knockdown, it's concerning, bro. Remember, these are supposed to be auditions for proving why you belong in there with the top guys. This performance doesn't do that, respectfully. There are far too many mistakes. You keep talking. And again, will somebody please sit them down, have a conversation with them? At the elite level, you need more than power and athleticism, dude. You need IQ, man. You need skills. You need footwork. You need discipline. You need timing. You get what I'm saying? You need ring smarts. You need to understand why you're doing what you're doing in there. Right now, you winning off athleticism and your young brute strength as a young kid because you're very inexperienced and it shows. And all it takes is the right sturdy guy to get in there and be able to weather them early onslaughts. And now your deficiencies are going to be put on Front Street. You got took deep into that fight. It was your first 12 rounder, but you was looking gassed in that fight. You was turning your back. You get what I'm saying? You was turning your back complaining about getting hit behind the head. You can't. You called your own timeout in the middle of the fight, essentially, bro. You just turned around and just started rubbing the back of your head. You can't do that. You was bugging out. Though you didn't handle those moments well. And I remember this dude, Crush the Legend. My guy was good with it. I think he is still number 2. He made bad mistakes against the Cherry Leisure. Was good what he did. Lance Jackson was good, fam. Tim Bradley starting for a second. I was on point. Players mess up, Lance. BJ was good with it, bro. D+ performance. It wasn't a good one. Lala D. Kate Austin really wants Shakur now. Saving face. I appreciate the support, Queen. Nope. Saving face for sure. No, he don't really want that fight. As a young fighter that believes in himself, for some reason, maybe if he got offered the opportunity, he'd take it. Right? I'm looking at him as the duck, but sometimes you got to protect them from themselves. And you can see clearly who's running the ship over there. So if his father is being real with himself, do you even take that fight if you was to get offered it next? That would be bad. That would be stupid. He ain't ready. And I don't like to say that, but he's too inexperienced. You seen it already. That shit ain't beating no Shakur Stevenson. And somebody, again, back to my point, would somebody please sit them down and tell them, at the elite level, you need more than power and athleticism, bro. You're not going to just bully everybody. Do you think that's working with Tank? Nah, sir. I want to say this, disclaimer. This is with all due respect to Kid Austin, because I'm going to always get a young man his just due. But this is the product that his father sold, and it's not matching up. It's not lining up. You out here talking about you stop tanking 4 rounds. Like, listen, I get it. Talk your ish, man, but you got to make it sound realistic. You out here making it seem like these elite level guys can't do nothing with you. Then you get in there with a Rene Garone that looked like he was out of shape. The dude wasn't in no kind of shape. And you coming in there with all them damn muscles, man. Stop eating weights. You need a weight diet, bro. I don't give a damn how good that shit look on the scale. Bro, you need to slim up. You need to drop some of that muscle, man. That muscle kicking your ass, man. And that's going to lead to you getting your ass kicked at the top level. Get tired against Shakur. Get fatigued against Shakur and see what happens. See how embarrassing that night go for you. Get gassed in a fight with Tank Davis. Slow down or be predictable and keep lunging in and out with Tank Davis and see where that gets you. See your pops be waking you up, screaming at you while you on your back. I'm telling you, man. Respect to him, but you got to do better than that, bro. That type of performance don't come close to beating them elite level guys. They gonna tear you up, man. All right, you don't think Shakur hit hard? So explain how he hurt you to the body. Because you said he hurt you to the body. You wanted some get back because I'm going to play them clips. It's a lot of clips to play today. We're going to get to all of them. It's a lot to talk about, but I want to make sure that y'all understand this is no hate to the young kid, Austin, the young Floyd Schofield Jr. I like him. He's talented. I believe he's in the right direction, just moving. I think if his dad just move him along, put the work in, and always let it be known that once you're in position, you going directly for those top guys, I think people would respect it. But trying to paint these elite level guys as somebody that's supposed to be scared of you and don't want to fight, it's just you're not going to be able to sell that to nobody but your hardcore fan base. And outside of them, people ain't.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Samuel, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? Switching stances for your chairs and indictment of his IQ. And again, Leisure just doing it like D1 is saying it, just doing it to do it with no purpose behind it. Like that shit don't work. You got to be smarter than that. Be More is fine. And shout out to Be More, man. Respect, man. Much love, bro. Aaron Brooks in the building. I thought Ronnie Shields. No. Let me clear that up too. I don't think I'm overstepping saying this. Kyle Cooler, blessings, family. How you feeling, Brody? Dante in the building. What's good, family? How you feeling, bro? And the powers of men, but the athleticism real. Now he got some good power. He got good power. Ronnie Shields, don't mess with Texas. What it do, my guy? From what I understand, y'all, that's more like and I mean this by no disrespect. This is just something that I understand. That's something more like a photo op. That's not that from what I understand, he don't really train him. It's supposed to do exactly what it's doing, bro. You see how when you see it, you think, oh, Ronnie Shields training him. No disrespect. None whatsoever. And I mean this respectfully. I'm the most respectful content creator out there when it comes to boxing because I really love this shit. So I mean this with no bad intent. But do he fight like a Ronnie Shields fighter? Respectfully. We know what Ronnie Shields fighters look like. We seen them all for years. You even see Ronnie Shields training who what's his name? David Morrell. You get what I'm saying? All due respect. Do he look like he look like Ronnie Shields is training him? You get me? You think somebody would be lacking in like discipline and fundamentals? What is one of the best things about Charlo on the top of his game, Jamal Charlo? Fundamentally and technically sound, disciplined as hell. You get what I'm saying? Surgical, behind the jab. Do he fight anything like a Ronnie Shields fighter? I don't think I'm all base when I say that, y'all. I don't think I'm all base when I say that. But like I said, it's supposed to do exactly what it's doing, y'all. Make people feel like that's who's training them, but that's not. Cornelius, what's good with it? How you feeling? Al Booger, my guy. How you feeling, bro? Yeah, man. He said, what you see, Ronnie had Greg voice. Too many players above him to be ranked at number 2. But yeah, that's where he at. GQ, salute, technique. What up? Switching for no reason. Yeah, it'll get you stopped. Melanin Queen. Shout out to the Queen. How you feeling today? Kaz Sports, where my guy at, man? I just seen Kaz in the building. Kaz Sports, what's good with the box story? How you feeling, bro? I think Abdullah is a good gauge. People may think Abdullah destroys him, but I don't know. I pick Abdullah, but Kid would be a great test. Hey, man, Lala, you ain't all point. Mr. Boxing Fanatics, what's good, fam? That'll make a good fight. Big Dog Willie, what's good, family? Roja, what's good? Schofield needs at least 3 more fights. Yeah, he needs some more fights. Respect to him and everything he got going on, even his pops. But when you overselling the product and it's under delivering, you get what I'm saying? That's not going to work well. Like I said, he got a lot of work to do. He made a lot of mistakes. He made a lot of mistakes, bro, but he can get better. You know what I'm saying? He can get better. He do got this fight to go back and look at, but it just was too many things in there that I didn't like. Starting with the inexperience showing, and the fact that he's so youthful, it showed. Like, he had the right game plan, but he just went away from it. And that's what IQ is, understanding that what you're doing is working, and just keep doing it and adding to it and picking your shots as the fight go on. You don't have to go in there and try to blast everybody out and just, you get what I'm saying? You ain't got to go in there and just try to knock everybody out, bulldoze everybody, and bully everybody. You get what I'm saying? Every fighter is not going for that. Some of these guys have experience. They know how to weather storms early, right? They know how to take a few shots and keep going and weather the storm and wait for you to get a little tired. And that's what Garone did. When you got tired, he made you pay for it, knocked you down, and then he had you looking sloppy for the rest of the fight. Your form just looked bad and you look tired. Look like those muscles are starting to really have an effect on your performance. And you got to think, bro, you're looking to prepare yourself to be a champion. I understand that it got switched last minute, but it didn't even look like you was prepared to go 10 rounds because you was tired before you got to 10. That was the most, you was close to gas in some instances, bro. You just didn't look good. Like, did y'all see him miss the stool? I put up a short earlier, bro. He missed the stool. Man, it was looking bad, bro. Opulent, my guy, what's good with it, bro? Mason need to fight some tough guys like God Caves his fault. Yeah, it wouldn't help. It wouldn't hurt. Emmanuel, what's good with it, family? Tank Davis, that like button. I like that. Punch it out for your boy. Like, yeah, man. So he had some rough moments, man. He had it figured out. I just don't understand. Like, why did he go away from the boxing? He was boxing beautifully, picking his shots. His distance and range was right. He wasn't smothering nothing. He wasn't overzealous. And then after a while, it's just like, I guess Garone started fighting back, and he just said, F it, I'm just gonna fight. And he doesn't seem to be able to complete and finish his work from the outside. It seemed like he got to be in the inside to hurt you. That's what it's looking like, and to stop you. And in the inside, he just gave Buddy a chance to hang around, bro. It just looked bad. You're at 35, should go at the Artem next. Listen, I wouldn't be mad at none of those experiences, dude. Roja, I think that could be a good test for him. That could be a good test. You know what I'm saying? You seen it, yo? He just fell out. Look, he fell, man. He fell. He just felt like, look, check it. Like he had it figured out.
Getting a little sloppy now here in the 11th. That could be a knockdown. That's a knockdown. It is.
Quick.
Getting a little sloppy now here in the 11th. That could be a knockdown. That's a knockdown. It is out of the blue. 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at me. It was somewhat of an off balance, tangled knockdown, but.
The muscles, bro. The muscles, man. The muscles ain't gonna do it, bro. Yeah. Hey, and I believe that too, Roja. I think he was more tired than hurt, for sure. For sure, I thought he was more tired than hurt. and that's not a good sign. So again, man, earlier it looked like you were setting a pace that you could look like you could have boxed him all night like that and made it easy for yourself. But somewhere along the lines, you just said, F it, I'm fighting that. Nah, you could have boxed that guy. That's the guy you box. You got the footwork, you got footwork. I believe you got good feet. You just not using them to do the right things, right? You just want to fight and bulldoze and jump in and lunge in with hooks and shot. That shit don't work, man. Like you become very predictable. If you do that against Tank Davis, you're going to be woken up by your dad is going to be waking you up. I'm telling you, I can bet anything. I guarantee you that. All that I'll knock him out in 4 rounds. He ain't like that. No, you not like that because you ain't experienced enough to be like that yet. You ain't at that level, respectfully, man. You a dog. You're a young little dog, but you got a lot to learn, bro. Got a lot to learn. You got to slow down. If Sean Porter is who you modeling your style after, because I see the comparisons, bro. I see it. If that's who you want to be, you got a lot more work to do before you get there, man. Sean Porter really brought it, man. So you're a ways away from that, man. So he young. He got his dad. I think they're doing a phenomenal job, but I think right now is a chance to implement another trainer in that corner. I'm telling you, because all that screaming and shit that he was doing, nah, that ain't good. That ain't gonna cut it, bro. That ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna cut it. James, what it do, my guy? He was doing all that unnecessary movement, and that's where he burning the fuse on both ends because he got a pretty good punch output, but then he's moving a whole lot. But he's aggressive at the same time, but moves a lot. You get what I'm saying? So that's where he burning the candle at both ends. You get what I'm saying? You moving a lot. You're switching for nothing when you don't have to. You get what I'm saying? And then you lunging in and you're trying to mix it up and be aggressive. So you just shortening your fuse, man, burning your fuse. That's why I believe he was tired like that. You know what I'm saying? Duarte's being ducked. Duarte, did Kenneth Sims get hurt? Because Duarte was supposed to fight Kenneth Sims. Lewis 4500, my guy. Yeah, man, they've been throwing the Sean Porter comparisons out there a lot. I've been seeing it. I mean, Shakur said he don't feel like he's Sean Porter. Sean Porter even heard it himself. So I'm seeing it being slung around, the little Sean Porter comparison. But you just got it's a little disrespectful to Sean because Sean's style, although wasn't the most aesthetically pleasing kind of style, he still he refined that style, right? You know what I'm saying? He perfected it. You know what I'm saying? And Kid Austin is a ways away from that. So I understand the similarities with the aggression, right? And it's trying to swarm your guy and overwhelm your guy. I see the comparisons, but it's a nice ways, it's a nice gap there between them, right? He not as polished or as refined as a Sean Porter. His father gonna get him her stretched out boxing. What's good with it, family? Dragons Assassin official, what's good, bro? How you feeling? It's Shakur, Clay, Duck, and Murtai at this point. Yo, y'all be having your own conversations. We ain't doing that today. Man, listen, if y'all came over here to talk Duck talk, y'all talking the wrong shit, man. Murtai, listen, he'll get his shot. He'll get his shot, but let's not let's not just type shit. Like Murtai is not being ducked by nobody. As a matter of fact, since y'all want to type, let me give you something to type about. The only person that's turned Murtai down out of all of this in recent memory is Teofimo Lopez. Nobody else has turned Raymond Murtai down. He's doing his thing. Let him keep winning. To be honest with you, I don't think he beats none of the champions right now. Well, not the two that he's mentioned. The Tank or Shakur, he can't beat neither one of them right now. Too many holes in his game, but it'll still be a good fight. But I think it'll come when it makes sense. But that fight was never offered to Shakur. Did you see Shakur get on the phone with Robert Garcia and tell him straight to his face? And they agreed. Did you see him bet Robert Garcia money on that fight? Did you see it? You gotta catch up, man. We ain't doing no narratives in the chat. No narratives. You know what I mean? Raymond Murtai is doing his thing. He ain't being ducked though. Tanger's Floyd gonna go just like him versus Rolly. Yeah, he gonna smoke him. Number 9, what it do, man? What it do? Well, let's get back to this, man. Kid Austin, man, he had a tough night, man. Hold on real quick, y'all. Y'all smash. calling me. Cormier Kid Austin and his dad changed their whole demeanor when he popped up on the interview. I got that clip too. Cuzzo, what's good with the ass? He's corner in the building. Gotta need to focus on their legacy because it's slipping. Stop disrespecting any and everybody. They focusing up is real. They got to. I want to see Shakur watch Schofield. I wouldn't be against it, but I just know after what we seen, Opulent, after what we seen, Oscar knew better before then, and he definitely know better now. So they gonna keep barking at fights that they know ain't on the table for them because that's safe to do. Meanwhile, they're going to keep going in other directions because they're not in position to get neither of the fights that they're clamoring for between Tank or Shakur. And after Saturday night, him fighting Rene Garone, if he think he ready for them, then hey, I mean, have at it. You know, I'm not against it. I'm not opposed to it, but I don't think he beats either guy. And I wouldn't mind saying neither one spank him. You know what I mean? Boxing lesson. You know what I mean? So I mean, look, we say a lot of stuff, man. We say a lot of things, man. It all depends on who you listening to. You know what I mean? Nobody knew what my opinion was on Tank and Pitbull. I think that's when I might have first started the channel back then. I think when Tank fought Pitbull around that time, somewhere around there, I believe. I think so. But anyway, let's stay on point. Yeah, Oscar ain't making them fights, and that's why they keep calling for him. He gonna call for the fights that he know he not in position to get right now. And for anybody that knows the game, they gonna be able to see this a mile away. Like you can't be out here missing stools and stuff. And this is why I thought you was exhausted and a little bit hurt too, because you clearly.
An exciting wave. That's not the thing to do against him. And he misses the stool going down.
Yo, the ghost stool is crazy. The ghost stool missing the whole entire stool. That boy just is a ghost stool. He just sat there and he said, yeah, I'm beat. Let me go and sit down. Let me go ahead and cop this squat real quick. Buddy was out there going through it, man. Garone came out there and made it tough for you, huh, bro? Garone out there making it tough, man. He made it tough, bro. And look, you need a lot more, man. You need you need a lot more, bro. You ain't quite ready, man. It was a fantastic night, man. Y'all can keep having y'all own conversation in the chat. I got to ignore it today. We gonna build, man. Y'all smash the like button. We gonna keep talking about this fight. Got to get my thoughts on it. Like I said, he just at a point where he need to improve. He need more fights. I think he need more seasoning before he could jump in there with those top guys. I think fighting those guys right now and get him beat. Can he compete with the elite level guys? I think as an athlete, he's a true athlete, athletic guy, strong young kid, determined. He's confident, right? I think he's too brave for his own good. And I think his father and Oscar going to have to protect him from himself, hold him back from himself a little bit while they build him. I think if you rush him, you could ruin him. That's my real belief. If you rush him, you're going to ruin him. I'm not against seeing no good fights, right? But at the same token, I'm realistic. I know what I just seen. I ain't no dummy. Shakur over there with Eddie Hearn. I don't see Eddie Hearn and Oscar Delahoya making no fights right now between Shakur and no Kid Austin, right? That's just some safe shit to say when you know that his focus is the fights that pay to anyway. So, yeah, keep calling for the guys that not realistically on the table. And that story gonna get old fast. If you ain't learned nothing from other fighters that have taken that path, then you're gonna learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? He said that's how the women died in that boxing movie. Oh, missing the stool when they you talking about From My View was good with the 2 cents boxing. Peace to the queen. How you feeling? Zepeda and Shakur, is Zepeda gonna have his opportunity to see if he can stop Shakur when he get in the ring with him. You know what I'm saying? Until then, you're just gonna be from the sidelines talking. That's why I was good. Yeah, man. They know what's up. They gonna Big Supreme. What's good with it? They know they slowing down. They know they gonna pump the brakes on all that. They never was going in that direction anyway towards Shakur and Tank. His dad even said he like 2 years away from a Tank fight anyway. And I don't know exactly where he ranked at in the WBC, but like I said, when you got Oscar and Eddie going at it openly, I don't see them being in a rush to do no business with each other, especially when one guy on the other side definitely don't look like he ready. That'd be rushing in them and you will ruin. You know what I'm saying? All you're going to do is ruin. Hell no. Hell no, he not. Hell no. Hell no. Like, as far as long, I thought since I'm a Kid Austin fan, I mean, I think he's at a good space, man. I just think that was a rough performance. I think that was a rough performance, and you know, sometimes you run into those guys that's sturdy and been around a little bit and could take a little bit of punishment, and that's what he ran into, right? Because he was catching Garone with some really good shots. He was working, he was pushing the pace, but he also was doing a lot of moving. So, like I say, he's burning his fuse on both ends. And I think at that point where he got knocked down, he was exhausted. I think he you know, swung a shot. His momentum helped carry him, and then he got hit on top of that. And I didn't like those moments where he was turning his back. He had 2 or 3 moments where he kind of turned his back on his opponent and kind of just walked off. I didn't like that. I didn't like that body language. So, you know what I mean? It's a learning experience though. He young as hell, first 12 rounder. You know what I mean? Some mistakes was made, but I think he can improve. Lisa, peace to the queen. How you feeling? Yeah. Man. Yeah. Yeah. It's a kid also looked like T.O. did versus Claggett. Yeah, man. He went in there rushing and like again, he started out so well. He started out very patient and poised. That was a very, very good start to the fight, bro. But somewhere along the lines, he got impatient, I believe. You know, he got impatient, I believe, and then he went with what he know, right? Try to knock his guy out. And I think it needs to be understood that you can't approach every fight the same way. Some guys you're gonna have to switch it up, right? Being predictable, lunging in and out, trying to force the issue, smothering some of your work, right? Just burning your fuse at both ends. Like you get what I'm saying? Switching without no real purpose and intent. There's a lot of little flaws in your game. That type of stuff gets you picked apart against a top tier technician like Shakur. That lunging in, being predictable, that type of stuff gets you knocked out against a damn accurate puncher like Tank. You get what I'm saying? I'm just being real. Can you compete with either of those guys? Absolutely, because you're an athlete that's going to try to fight back. You're going to come to fight. So you're going to get your chance. You're going to give yourself a chance just because of that. But competing is one thing, winning is another. You're not just in these fights to compete, you're trying to win, right? And win impressively. And what I just seen last night, you make those mistakes against either of these guys that you speaking so much about talking about fighting, it's gonna be all bad for you, buddy. All bad. All bad. Boy, I'm getting some trolls in here today, huh? Some trolls, man. See Abdullah versus Garone. Abdullah and Garone would be a good fight. But I think the difference is with Abdullah Mason, if he start the fight that way, he gonna finish it that way. He's more technically and fundamentally sound, far more polished, I think, with his skill set at this point in his career. And I think you know, that dude is tough. So it wouldn't surprise me if he found a way to go the distance. But I think Abdullah Mason to make that fight look way easy. You know what I'm saying? Because Kid Austin had the keys to make it easy. He just didn't have the IQ to stick with it, I guess, or the discipline, should I say, to stick with what was making him easy. You know, what was making the fight easy. And that was like boxing, you know, picking the right distance and range. He was picking the right shots, picking the right time to go to the body, right? It looked very good early, but then he just started fighting after a while. You know what I mean? He just started going with what he know. Tells his father to stop talking. Shadow Band was good with it. Had to do 12 rounds at the last second. Yeah, I understand that. He looked like he wasn't even prepared for 10, though. Not with the way he was fighting, because he was tired before 10. He looked fatigued. Like the round where he got knocked down, he looked tired as hell. He looked tired, and he looked like the reason he got knocked down was more so because he was tired than hurt, right? Like, look at it again. Look at it again.
A little sloppy now here in the 11th. That could be a knockdown. That's a knockdown. It is out of the blue.
His ass was fatigued, man. He was feeling the pace of that fight. And that's why I say you got to pick your poison. Either you're going to be the aggressor or you're going to box, pick your shots, and break your man down. He was trying to do too much of both. At one minute, you want to be super aggressive. Then you want to move around. Then you switching. You doing all this unnecessary stuff that just tire you out and burn your fuse. You was just doing too much movement, unnecessary movement. Yeah. I mean, just shit. Read the comments. You could tell who the trolls by reading the comments. Anybody that's saying Shakur duck Muay Thai and scared of Mexicanness, Williams Zepeda been clout chasing that fight for at least 3 fights now and haven't gotten a ring once. Ain't he the Mexican guy that's supposed to give him the test? So hopefully he step his ass in the ring. Ant McQueen, my guy, was part of the performance is what you mentioned. Deviated from what was working, nearly paid the price. That's where, you know, inexperience, discipline, and IQ comes to mind. And when he did that, he went away from what was working. And he did it without Garone giving him a reason to do it for real. He just, you get what I'm saying? He didn't have enough of an incentive to say, you know what, I need to go to a plan B. And that's you know, that stuff comes with experience too, and just IQ being smarter. You know what I'm saying? He'll learn from it for sure. Floyd got a hamburger hairline. Tank says, stop letting your pops cut your hair. Let's talk fashion. My guy was good with it, Remo. More Ty versus Schofield. It's a good fight too. But I don't see him making it. More Ty Schofield. Now we got Bob and now you got to think about it that way. Bob and Oscar. I don't know. He didn't miss the stool. His dad moved because kid also wouldn't listen to his instructions. He said, "Sit your ass down and listen." Miss the stool, move the stool. I mean, for me,
in exciting ways. That's not the thing to do against Hiron. And he misses the stool going down.
His dad was jumping in the ring at the same time that he fell on his ass. It's all good though. It's a learning experience for the young buck, man. You know what I mean? Go back to the drawing board. You dig? Go back to the drawing board. I think Keyshawn is title bound. He won this fight against Lemos. He'd be in line for Baranchik. So he title bound. That fight is good too with Muay Thai. I think he beats him, but it'll be a good fight. But shout out to Fight Hype. You know, Floyd Schofield seen one on the Fight Hype, but he had some words for Shakur after this fight, man. He has some words for Shakur. Let's hear what Papa Schofield had to say, man.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Yo, I'm gonna get right to this.
Get right to it.
I seen an interview from Shakur Stevenson describing him and Kid Austin sparring. And that interview was a flat out lie. So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened in sparring, and I have receipts. I got 3 other witnesses if need be. Shakur stated, just to recap, Shakur said that him and Kid did 4 rounds. First round, Kid had a good round. The other 2 rounds, he was feeling Kid out. Then 4th round, he hit Kid in the stomach. Kid ended up coming out the ring. Blah, 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 blah. All of that was a lie. First round to the 4th round,
really,
Kid was kicking Shakur ass. Now, I don't normally talk sparring, but I'm going to tell you, he was kicking Shakur behind. And this is out of respect. This is the truth. First round, Shakur get dragged and dog walk. Second round, Shakur landed a body shot. Floyd don't tell nobody but me. Shakur don't even know he landed a body shot that touched Floyd, that Floyd felt a bit. Floyd still fought 3 more rounds whipping Shakur behind, where Shakur barely could do anything. Then, since Shakur talking about, oh, Kid got out the ring, yeah, because we had to do 6 rounds with Shakur man, that Shakur told us to go in
D'Angelo, that's his name.
D'Angelo, okay, do with 6 rounds with D'Angelo. So altogether that was 10 rounds. So, but how he tried to make it is like he landed
at that time I was a 4-round fighter.
Right.
Come on now.
So anyway, like I'm saying, Shakur flat out lied. So, you know, we respect Shakur. Shakur to me is one of the greatest fighters. He's gonna be a Hall of Fame fighter. I just feel he came at the wrong time because I believe that he's a Hall of Fame fighter. He just came at a time where he's running into the greatest boxer of all time. So he just came at the wrong time. But I'm saying this. Shakur said if Zepeda duck him, he'll fight us next. So stand on those words, Shakur. We'll fight you next, and we'll donate half our bag to charity, so nobody can say, "Oh, they doing it for cash or clout." No, we want that fight. We would love to have that fight next or after next. It's up to you and your team. Please let us know if you're gonna stand on your word this time, because you keep changing the rules. Do you want to fight a Kid so they don't say just his dad talking?
They already know. He's not no threat, and nobody is scared of him.
You heard that? You know threat.
You're not no threat. Nobody is scared of him. Instead of
Let's
saying,
get
"Yeah, I want to fight him and beat his ass."
Have a great fight, Shakur. Peace.
Okay.
In my opinion, Shakur don't got no power like Renee, so I'm ready. And it's actually funny. I looked up at.
He don't got no
It's a
power.
gym story that you got. I got another one. Shakur Stevenson hurt him to the body. I know I should tell him.
All right, in my opinion, Shakur don't got no power like Renee, so I'm ready. And
It's a gym story that you got. I got another one. Shakur Stevenson hurt him to the body. I know I should tell him.
all right, that was funny.
Shakur is so smart in the gym. So Shakur will let people believe they getting the best of him.
Yeah.
Just so they can get close enough.
Because he'll open
and he will hit you in the body so hard. So he got hit so hard he almost doodled on himself. I know you don't want people to know. So he had to fight the rest of the rounds with his butt cheeks clenched. So that
I thought he was soft.
It's interesting. These guys are so smart in the ring, and that's the reason they champion.
Man,
it's something.
Yeah, Shakur, like, he sits back and lets you think, like, he lets you get comfortable. Yeah, so he'll make you think you're doing good and you're
winning and everything else.
Like making a move back, then he'll just catch you with something. So he's a great fighter.
It ain't so.
I feel like Shakur is going to be a problem for a long time. Like, I've been saying that to people. He's just, the intelligence he has with, like, his speed and reflexes, it's going to be very difficult to beat him in a pro fight.
Yeah. In my opinion, Shakur don't got no power like Renee, so I'm ready.
It's a gym story that you got. I got another one. Shakur Stevenson hurt him to the body. I know I should tell him.
I mean, I think that says it all, bro. You can't have him. You can't have it both ways. You can't say he's soft and he hurt you to the body and how smart he is and how he make you think. And then you said the man was your favorite fighter on more than one occasion. Look, I like Kid Austin. I'm gonna keep liking him. I'm gonna keep supporting him. He had some rough moments Saturday night, but that's what happens. I think, you know, they spent a lot of time talking about what was next and who they wanted instead of just focusing on their guys. So it could happen, but ultimately he got knocked down. He battled back through it. He completed the 12 rounds, got a unanimous decision, but he just didn't look his best. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it goes to show you that when you in there with Shakur, with all that power that you possess, that Kid Austin and his pop say he possessed, you still in there with a guy that you got to think against. So you need a lot more than power at that level, bro. That you got to take, you're going to need more than power to beat that man. So from what I've seen Saturday, and not just Saturday, and a number of different fights, you know what I mean? No, you're not ready. Can you compete with those guys as an athlete? Absolutely, you could compete, but you won't win. You won't win. You won't outthink those guys for 12 rounds. You get what I'm saying? He don't got to have power like Renee to beat you. You get what I'm saying? Anybody is human when you get hit to the body. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, Lala. I think, look, this is how I see it. I think I think the fight starts, I think once they adjust his athleticism and his cadences, his patterns, I think he start getting picked apart. That's my honest opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think he can compete, but I think the fact that he could be a bit predictable and relies too heavily on his athleticism, I think that gets you beat against guys like Tank and Shakur. You need IQ to beat those guys. And I'm not saying he don't have IQ, but he don't have enough experience to provide him with the IQ necessary to beat those guys, in my humble opinion. So I think he's going to keep winning. I like what they're doing. They're keeping him busy. They testing him. They put him in there with a rugged guy. He got through it. He touched the canvas. He got up. You know what I'm saying? He battled through it. But you had a lot of moments in there that you could look back and say it was a little rough. You know, his dad yelling at him, as the Queen mentioned earlier. Why was his dad yelling at him like that? That could be tough because everybody don't respond well to that. And it looked like it was some dysfunction going on in the corner with you screaming on him like that. You know what I mean? He not giving him no water. You know what I mean? He fell down, missed the stool. It just was a rough night in the office, man. Yeah, that jumping in and out stuff. And again, you saying he said Shakur lies about the sparring or he lies about this. Nah, he said that's exactly what you do, that jumping in and out stuff that you do. You know what I'm saying? And you do that in that fight. You was doing it all night. You get what I'm saying? And it was very predictable, and it put you in some situations. You know what I'm saying? It put you in a couple situations where it wasn't looking good for you. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I'm not against seeing the fight at all, but I know full well his promoter not gonna make it. So I want to be clear. I ain't knocking none of these dudes. You young, you ambitious, you hungry, you confident, you feel like Shakur is not a threat. You ain't scared of him. You'll get in there and beat him. I mean, that's tough talk, man. You got to do it. You know, you got to show me. So, but I seriously doubt if Oscar says, you know, oh, Zepeda not fighting, but I'm gonna put here's kid Austin. So think about that. Oscar, you know, Oscar knows Zepeda is further along than Kid Austin is, and he having second guesses about putting him in there with Shakur. So I just definitely I see that being a roadblock. Maybe Kid Austin, his pops is down to get in the ring, but I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be a risky fight right now. You know what I'm saying? And look, we've seen crazier things, but I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? PLG was good with it. I mean, I just don't know, man. I think people making too much about the hands too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Dr. Boxing talking my guy was good with it, bro. Dre Smith in the building was good with it. Ghost will give him problems. Yeah, man. It's premature for those fights. Like he not in a position where I think he's ready for those guys, the upper echelon of boxing. You know what I'm saying? I think he need a few more fights, to be perfectly honest with you. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what you in it for. You got to work, right? You got to work, and it ain't going. You can't rush it, right? If you rush him, you might ruin him. And he's young, talented as hell, and he got a lot of career in front of him. What is he, 20? What is he, 21, 22? Something like that. He young as hell. He got a kid, man. Keep moving him, keep getting him in fights, keep testing him the right way, and eventually he gonna work himself right into a title shot. You ain't gonna have to skip the line. If he's truly the greatest fighter of all time, and that's what you cultivating and building over there, appreciate you, Lala 22. If that's what you building over there, cool. Then just keep fighting and keep winning, because you're gonna position yourself like you've been saying, where they're gonna have to fight you. You ain't gonna have to skip the line. You ain't gonna have to hope or that, you know, a stipulation that somebody pulls out or ducks a fight and then you get to get it. It's not, it don't have to come on them terms, because you're gonna earn it, right? And that's what it's about. So again, I want to be very clear. I'm not against seeing none of these fights. If he somehow can get a Shakur Stevenson fight, hey, all right, let's see it. That's what you think you want? Cool. Look, I'm not against seeing it, but in a realistic world, after what we just seen, after seeing the issues and the flaws and the mistakes, the holes in his game, I don't think Shakur Stevenson is the next fight for you to grow, right? You trying to grow a fighter, not damage him. You trying to get the most out of him, not stun his growth. So the wrong fight might put him in the wrong situation. And I just don't think he got the IQ or experience to deal with a Shakur. I think he's winning primarily off of athleticism and young brute strength right now, and just overwhelming guys. And you know what I'm saying? He got skill for sure, but he don't stick to the game plan. He showed me that Saturday night, and he don't even got to be forced out of the game plan. He'll just switch, right? He'll take a shot and just start fighting. So that's not going to work at the elite level, right? You got to understand that if you got something that's working, you stick to it until that doesn't work. Then you go to plan B, right? You don't just switch just to be switching. And that's exactly what he was doing in the fight with the stances from southpaw to orthodox. We get it. You got good feet and you can switch, but it's no good if you're not doing it with a purpose. If there's no intent behind why you're doing what you're doing. If you're just doing it just because you can, that's going to put you in the situation to get hurt. And like you seen it on Saturday, he burnt the fuse at both ends. I believe he was exhausted in that fight. He missed the mark several times, man. And it was a somewhat dominant but rough performance at the same time. Schofield be KO'd by Abdul Mason, still leaping in. Those mistakes, I think, get him hurt against a guy like him. You do. Gabrielle Fundora is amazing. Stressed out. She's amazing. Gabriella Fundora is amazing, bro. She really can fight. She really can fight. She really can fight. Kid is a good athlete that boxes. Yeah, he need to stick to the boxing more. 2 cents. He need to stick to the boxing more. Yeah, he was all over the place. He need to be a little more composed, right? A little more composed. He need to understand that he don't gotta force the issue, and everybody don't. You don't have to overwhelm and try to, like, you know, overpower everybody and make the fight harder than it needs to be. You don't have to be physical when you don't need to be. You get what I'm saying? Especially if the boxing is working for you. And like I said, those first 2 to 3 rounds, he started out very strong. Box, I was like, yeah, he doing it. He about to have the kind of performance that people gonna be talking about. And then I know he was gonna call out, either Shakur or Tank, but he kind of took his eye off the ball at some point in that fight, and he allowed it to just look like he was losing control for a second. You know what I'm saying? And just the muscles ain't doing him no good, man. I think he need to lay off the weights. Big time. And our class by Shakur might help him grow. Could certainly highlight the importance of IQ application. That I'm not against it, man. I'm not against it. Tay, peace to the queen. How you feeling today? Like he's still learning how to box. Detail that come with his game. Yeah, absolutely. 2 cents. He definitely he boxing. He boxing on the job. He learning on the job. He's very young, bro. He's still learning. But that's why I say, if you still in that developmental stage, right, is a title shot necessarily what you looking for, right? Is that necessarily the next step for you? You get what I'm saying? I'm not against a man getting his just due. I'm all for it, as a matter of fact. But salute to you, Tay. Appreciate you, Queen. But I'm all for it. But I'm just realistic about it. And like I said, you hear how they talking. You hear how they talking after seeing that fight. They talking drawing board and stuff like that. Fighting Shakur ain't going back to the drawing board. That's going to the next level. That's going levels above Renee Garone. And that's all I'm saying realistically is that's what's in store for you. I just don't see it. I don't see that being the case. Rod was good with it, fam. Schofield could let the fight come to him. Yeah, he could. Yeah. He was forcing it. That's what I'm saying. Because at first he was letting the fight come to him, and it looked good. But I think once he started getting hit a little bit, he just started mixing it up. And he stayed that way. He flipped that switch and it stayed that way. And he just was trying to dog this guy and overpower him and overwhelm him. And it just didn't work. Dude weathered the storm. Garone weathered the storm and he ended up getting a knockdown. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. The young man got some holes that need to be attended to for sure. For sure. Encore is going to the university, you know it. You know it. So again, I'm not against seeing him get his shot, but like I'm just realistic, right? And I know how Oscar be doing when he got fighters with talent. He gonna build them for a while, and I think that it'd be worth the opportunity to a degree, but it'd be very risky nonetheless, right? So do you want to take that risk with that young fighter this early in his career, right? So I don't know. He still got some learning to do. He still got some real learning to do. Schofield can easily be baited into a bad situation, right? Drawing, yeah, man. He said drawing board is a huge understatement. Shout out to Cornelius. Appreciate you putting some color in the chat. So let me get this straight. Kid spar Shakur 4 rounds. He could whip Shakur. You know it. After ending them rounds, managed to get hurt with a body shot where his own pops just admitted that he was about to poop himself.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to Cornelius. Appreciate you, fam. And look, I say this before sparring, is one thing, but under them lights is different. So if he's smart like that in sparring, he's gonna be even sharper. He's gonna be even smarter in the actual fight. And yeah, they going into the fight with Shakur thinking too much about power and what power he don't have, and he ain't this, and he not gonna be able to do that. Shit don't make sense, because when you explain when you not hating on him and you talking about the sparring, it sound like he gave you something to think about, punched you in your stomach and had you, you know what I'm saying, had you in check for the sparring. So I'm not trying to hear none of that them super stories that he be, drawing up in his head. Look, That dude is talented, the young kid Austin, but he just needs some more work. That's all. Mark West was good with the fam. He just need more work. I just don't think he got the experiences necessary in the ring that would put him in a position to beat these guys. I think he would have to rely too heavily on athleticism and his strength, and I think that would not work. Being predictable against the Shakurs and the Tanks of the world just get you picked apart. It gets you slept by Tank and picked apart by Shakur. So which alley you really want to go down? Respect to him. Anything can happen in boxing. As long as the young man is in the ring fighting, he got a chance. As long as he up on his feet, he got a chance. But again, all that switching for no reason with no intent and purpose behind it. The lunging in, being predictable, those leaping hooks, it's only so many of those you can do before Tank catch on and knock you the hell out. That's just being real. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking at the mistakes that you make right now as a young fighter. And I feel like at that elite level, that gets you beat. Those mistakes get you beat against those top tier guys. You know what I'm saying? You think Keyshawn's sweet. Keyshawn is one of the most polished young fighters out there. Whether people want to admit it or not, it's a fact. Just look at him fight. That dude is very polished, very skilled. He got a high IQ, good defense. He do a very good job. And Kid, that's what's missing from Kid Austin is he doesn't properly know how to go through the gears. He reminds me of a young kid that just bought a real fast car. And he don't really know how to control the car because he don't know really what's up. He don't know the power of the engine. I'm telling you, that's what I get with him. He need time. You know what I'm saying? He need time to learn and develop. He remind me of somebody that got a fast car and can't really control it yet. He don't go through the gears properly. You get what I'm saying? And he remind me of it's like 0 to 100, but not in a good way. You get what I'm saying? It need to be some, you need to be able to go through those gears properly and work your way up. You don't need to go from 0 to 100. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't going to be able to knock everybody out and bowl everybody over. You know what I'm saying? So he learned some valuable lessons Saturday, man. You may put him in a situation where he gets embarrassed. Yeah, Corey hands his hell. He puts him down because he leaps in the punches, right? And a lot of people say they question his power, Rob, but he get a lot of knockdowns. Like look at Conceição. Conceição just fought this weekend too. Him and Shot. Core fought Conceição and dropped him when they fought too. Creole the Traveler, my guy, was good with it. Yeah, he only 22 and he got time. And look, I'll say this too. The fact that people can somewhat even mention him amongst names like Shakur's, the Tanks of the world, that's good for him. That just lets you know that he's on people's radar. Like they aware of him. Shakur know full well who he is. Tank know who he is, right? But he just got a ways to go before he gets there. Respectfully, he ain't gonna get there yet. Like that analogy, the gear shift is crucial. You get me? Think he's on the right track though. Absolutely. Needs to polish and refine. Yeah, exactly. That's the same exact words I use. Polish and refine the skill set. I see the Sean Porter comparisons, but you're a ways away from that. It's a considerable gap there because Sean was far more polished and intentional with his footwork. Sean Porter footwork might be underrated. They always talk about his style and how it looked, but it's effective, and he know how to be effective with what he do, right? So that's what it is. That's why when you make the comparisons, you got to put it in perspective because it's almost a slight to Sean Porter because Sean Porter wasn't just some mindless, come forward, wild, overly aggressive guy. It was intent and purpose. He had very good footwork. You get what I'm saying? Never forget the kind of fight that he gave Errol Spence. He gave Errol Spence a dog fight. That dude really the dude that ain't turned down no smoke. And he, the worst fight. Well, even that fight was close that he got stopped in with the Crawford fight. So this dude always hung around, always gave people close fights. So, Kid Austin got a ways to go before he can get to where Sean Porter is at, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? But he refined them skills. He'd be all right, He'd be all right. Stay respectful to guys that helped him develop in the gym. Right, more support in the sport. Keep raising the game. It's the way you go about it too. I mean, it don't always have to be. This is like he talk on both ends. On one end, he telling you, dudes are great, but on the other end, he telling you they scary and they ain't this and they ain't that. So you gotta make up your mind. Stop with the double talking. Like we know what it is. you want those top guys as soon as possible because you feel like it's your fighter, your son can beat those guys, and there's nothing wrong with that. But going about it the way you going about it ain't necessarily gonna get you the fights, in my opinion. And I ain't saying you got to be super nice, but be reasonable about how you go about talking about these fights. You can't paint everybody as some type of duck or scared to fight you when it don't even make sense to fight you right now. You know what I'm saying? So you got a ways to go. You got a lot of polishing to go before you can get to those guys, man. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying, Rod. You know how Golden Boy move. You know how Oscar move with his fighters, bro. He ain't gonna just be throwing guys in there. He ain't gonna just be throwing guys in there for they get beat up. He ain't doing it. He gonna be smart about it. So man, shout out to Floyd Schofield, senior and junior, man. Tough night in the office is one that I think they could bounce back from for sure. It ain't like you took a loss. So all you gotta do is go there, learn, go back to the drawing board, learn, stay busy like you've been, and just keep winning. You know what I mean? Improve from fight to fight. You gotta look better than you did the last time. Definitely don't want to be getting knocked down against some random run-of-the-mill type of guys. Because let's be real, Renee Garone, tough, you know what I mean? Scrappy, but it's no world beater, and it's not going to be no world champion no time soon. Those type of guys you got to shine against. You're supposed to look spectacular against, respectfully. Like if you on a trajectory that's going to move you towards Tank and Shakur's of the world, them the champions, that's the cream of the crop. You definitely can't be struggling and finding yourself damn near gassed out against guys like this when you supposed to set the pace. He set a pace Saturday that he couldn't maintain, and that was very interesting too, and it led to him getting knocked down. Yeah, man, you know how Oscar do. So hopefully he decide to put Buddy in there. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he decide to pay the in there this trip this February after this as long as he get past Tevin Farmer, of course. It's in there with Shakur anytime soon. The whole city of Austin's gonna be telling people just call him Floyd Schofield. Yeah, a lot. They gonna be like, yeah, ain't no more kid. They gonna be like, call Floyd Schofield. Family. I think them dudes, right now it's just early, and it's okay because he's 22 years old and everybody mature at different points, right? I think taking Shakur at 22 years old was further along than what he is right now. You know what I'm saying? I think you get what I'm saying? So Shakur already had a title, you know what I'm saying? So again, he just had two totally different points, and he need more season, and that's all. More season, and he'll be right there where he need to be, I believe. He just got to get there. I think it's a matter of matchmaking too, and when I say that, I don't mean matchmaking them with cherries, as people call them, right? But just keep testing them. I think Garone was an interesting fight for him. You give him fights like that with guys that been around, that's been tested a little bit, and see how he fare against them, right? And just keep moving them along. So I like Kid Austin, man. Shout out to his pops. I don't take nothing they say personal. That stuff is entertainment, and it's funny. You're supposed to think confident. You're supposed to feel like you can win and beat everybody you get in the ring with, and that's how they think. So hopefully they just keep winning, though, because they don't need no setbacks. Humble Dragger was good with it, man. Long live Schofield over Tank or Shakur. Huh? He said Tank was a world champion after his 17th fight. Yeah. Him and Core, I think, had one. What was it? Was he 13 fights in? Yeah, them dudes grabbed titles early, man. Tank and Core got in here and got to work, man. So Kid Austin is still putting in work. But I think, obviously, at 22, they both was at different levels than what he's at right now, respectfully. So, you know what I mean? You just got to keep moving. He 18-0 now. I think 12 knockouts. He doing his thing. Just keep winning. Better perfect fighter and handle him completely different. Yeah, because he more polished, Dante. That's why. Keyshawn is far more polished than Kid Austin. Far more polished. Technically, fundamentally sound. And he go through the gears properly. He don't go from 0 to 100. Keyshawn know how to, work his way through the fight. Go through the gears properly. He know when to step it up, when to apply pressure, when to fall. You get what I'm saying? He know how to mix it up. And that's just, I know that pedigree, man. That's why I always say, man, that Olympic pedigree is real. People ignore it and they downplay it, but it's real. It's real. His debuts follow along the Floyd, keeps making mistakes as a pro. Learn. He's a good fighter, but his athleticism can't overcome superior boxing. I don't think so either, Rod. I think that's his biggest issue. He over relies on the athleticism, and I don't think that beats the top tier guys. I'm gonna keep saying that. I feel like you need more. You know what I'm saying? And you got tools, but again, it's about putting them together, right? He obviously won Saturday, right? And he wasn't in, no real risk of losing the fight outside of the knockdown, and he jumped right back up from that. But I think he was tired, so he got the tools, but it's how you apply the tools, right? It's application and execution for him, and intent and purpose, right? And not just doing shit just because you're athletic and you can do it. You know what I mean? Trying to be cute at the same time with all that switching. So, you know what I mean? Learning lessons for sure. Learning pains, man. He's shown good at knowing the tie with his opponent too. Yeah. Yeah, Lala. He's smart. Yeah, he know when to tie up. And that's the thing. I could see him wanting to fight Keyshawn that way and trying to be the bully and just fighting the inside. And that's exactly what Keyshawn to be doing, tying him up. And I believe he's more polished than the inside. Kid Austin is just, he's aggressive, man. And I think he's strong. I do think he's strong. But, you can't force knockouts, right? You can't, you're not going to just bulldoze your way through everybody. And he learned that Saturday. Picasso. Kid Austin Pops are goofy. He just super passionate about his son, man. I don't agree with everything he say, of course, right? But I think I just understand that, it's a delicate balance between the fighter and the father. You know what I mean? And trying to balance being a promoter and manager and all that stuff. Like, these dudes be wearing many different hats. So I know with wearing many different hats come, some errors that he gonna make along the way. So that's why I don't take nothing he do too personal, right? He just want to see his son win. He believes he's ready. Let him fight them. Man, I look tunnel vision when it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I ain't opposing the fights, but I'm just realistic. I know Oscar Delahoya sees that fight Saturday and he like, yeah, cause Shakur, not right now. Let's get him some more fights, And that's the problem. Like, that's why, not even a problem. That's why you have a team, right? Because your team is there to help guide decisions, not just predominantly make every decision for you, but help guide decisions, right? And if you just looking at progression, right, and growth, Saturday is not the kind of example that dictates that you deserve to move up another level, another notch, right? You got through that one, but it wasn't without any snags in the road. And those are the wrong kind of snags. Like, you can't get knocked out, gassing, falling down, going at it with your pops. Like, you ain't going at it, your pops are just screaming on you pretty much. And that is just not a good look. So that in total tells me that you're not ready for that next level. You're not fully prepared for that just yet. So I think it'll be rushing it. But again, I can't stop it. So if it happens, I'm supporting it. Look, I respect if you go and get yourself a title shot, but better be ready. Inside game, look at tab. It's suspect. Yes, it need a lot more polishing, Ant McQueen. A lot more polishing, bro. It's very physical, but I see through it. Like, they can weather those storms, man. Damon was good with it, fam. We're gonna fight a random dude in Japan. Set up multiple fights versus young guys coming up with losses. Floyd can fight. Yeah, man. I'm not here to argue foolishness today, man. If you sitting here making a case after Saturday night that he deserves a title shot, then that's you. But I'm just gonna have a conversation, and I feel like it's realistic. I don't see that happening right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him getting in there. You know what I mean? And you trying to compare him to what Shakur doing is different. It's totally different. You know what I mean? But have at it. Kid also punches. Yeah, too wide. Looping. Load up a bit too much. That stuff right there is like elementary for guys like Tank. You're not beating him loading up on shots, lunging in, being predictable, Same thing with Shakur. You're not gonna just get in there and be some bully and beat him like that. That's not gonna work. I had to do something else. You know what I'm saying? And I think what he was doing in the first 3 rounds or so was spot on to how you break your guy down. I think if he would have kept at it the way he started the fight, he would have got a knockout that he was looking for, because he was going to the body and he was swimming without getting wet for a while. He wasn't taking no shots. He was like getting that Garone, and he just somewhere along the lines around the 5th, 6th, he just started switched up. And it stayed that way. It stayed a fight. And he didn't make the adjustment back to just boxing this dude and being smart. And he was burning his fuse on both ends. And it led to him being tired, damn near gas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Denying the mortar is crazy, man. Physical, but lacking tact. Right. Exactly. Jordan, what it do, my guy? Teams are in charge and not the losing fighter or father. Yeah, they ground the fighter to reality, or they try to. Yeah, that's what they're there for. He said he told him to switch for no reason. Yeah, man. That's why I say you got to do that shit with a purpose. Like, if I see somebody just switching and it's not really, you're not gaining no advantages from it, I just think you doing it just because you can. You get what I'm saying? But if I see you obviously switched, whether it's southpaw or back orthodox, and you start having success that you wasn't having before you switch, you get what I'm saying? Then I get it, but I wasn't seeing it. The fight just was looking the same with a guy that just know how to switch stances. So I'll say this. I seen the multiple switching of the stances, but I really didn't see the tactics change outside of him just going from boxing beautifully to just fighting and being a bit sloppy and wild down the stretch, right? So I seen him switching, but I didn't see the tactics change. I didn't really see him applying nothing different, right? He was doing the same thing no matter what stance he was in. And like I said, once he fell into that it's a fight kind of thing, he just started lunging in and doing what he was doing. He was looking tired. He was complaining a little bit in this fight, turning his back on his opponent. I definitely didn't like that. You can't be turning your back in no damn professional fight, bro. You can't be turning your back in no fight, dude. I don't know what that was, but turning your back was wild. Kept turning his back, damn near calling his own timeout, saying he was getting hit behind the head. It was strange. It was weird. Think Floyd's boots starting to do that boots move. I'm telling you, gonna get punched on that, treating it sound like a video game character. Yeah, they got some work to do, man. That's all it is. At the end of the day, that's what I see the most. That's what I get the most from it. They just need some work. You know what I mean? They learning. But I think when you go through these little trying and tough times, man, I think it's an opportunity for you to add to your team, right? Bring another trusted set of eyes in and just keep working and growing that fighter. That's Kid Austin, right? I'm pretty sure he'll be back in the ring sooner than later. I'm pretty soon he'll be back in there sooner than later, man. But let's keep getting to this, man. Y'all punch the like button. We're going to keep rolling. Renee could have hit him, but he didn't. Yeah, he let him off the hook. Let him off the hook, didn't he? Let buddy ass off the hook, man. Shout out to Cigar Talk, man. I seen him do an interview with the Schofields, and I see Cord popped up on the live. I see. We gonna get to it, man. We got some clips to get through, man. Y'all smashed that like, but his dad was playing Undisputed. Too many video games. It was a rough night, man. His gas tank got tested them 12 rounds. You could see that he felt them 12 rounds. Right, flew his hands in his pockets. I think so too. The mental handcuffs, Jordan. The mental handcuffs. I think so too. He put them mental handcuffs on Floyd in that ring after about 4 or 5, and then it just start getting sticky from there. But I like this little interaction between the guys on here, man. Shout out to Cigar Talk. Bruce Guys, peace to the OG. How you feeling? Should have sucker punched him like that, but did Tank.
I'm like a father figure to a lot of my guys.
Man, shout out to my guy, the Rise Podcast. I didn't mean to pull that one up. That's my guy, Senior, talking to the coach. Shout out to Coach Calvin. That wasn't the one. He was talking his talk, bro. Give me a second. Let me pull this up, man. We just get to it, man. Shout out to Cigar Talk. Like I said,
they can chat with him there. Nowhere to go talk to him at.
Okay. Hold up, y'all. Shakur's in the chat though. Hold up, y'all. Can I bring him up? Are y'all cool with that? Can I bring him up?
Bring him up, brother. Bring Shakur up. Bring the good brother up.
I wanted this. This is all over social media right now. We gotta get to the bottom of what's going on. He in the chat. I told y'all never know coming up here. Cigar Talk. Everybody
got that energy game.
Yo,
they say
he's gonna
coming
get
up.
some content, brother.
Hold up. Let me hold up. You bring him up.
Nausea instigator.
We got introducing on the panel. The WBC champion lightweight Shakur Stevenson has entered the building. Oh shit.
All right. What up, Shakur?
What's up? What up?
Hold on. Let me set the table because I just want to set this table. It been a lot of shit going on today. Kid, y'all was talking about the sparring session. Kid said, it wasn't really like that. Pops, you said we dog walked him. Shakur said I touched him to the body. He started running. Can we get to a common ground? What the fuck happened in the sparring? This Cigar Talk. We gotta know.
Hey, tell him the truth.
Instigator, I love it.
Call me with a good body shot.
I'm saying that.
Tell the truth.
In the professional fight, the spar was a while ago. I'm saying for the fans, all of y'all, let's see it in a professional fight. It wasn't in our weight division. Who we supposed to?
He's sitting over there with that grin on his face.
Sparred, right? Did y'all not?
I hear you. What
happened? Not take him out.
No. We ain't gonna do. The thing is, we learned a lot from you and Shakur. You know that. I told you that. I told you one of the great people.
Yo, I just asked a question. You not even you talking around the question that I asked.
And I had to take him out. I took him out to get water. You wanted him to go in there with your man for 6 rounds.
My man's who?
Hold on, yeah. Who's your man, Shakur?
Yeah, I want to know who my man's he talking about.
D'Angelo, the guy on your team. Remember after you
D'Angelo? Who?
You know the guy. I got witnesses. You put us in there with the guy from your team.
He is, Jordan.
Where my phone
at?
D'Angelo who?
He said he gonna pull up your man that you had us spar on the phone, but you had us go.
Hold on, let him pull it up. I want to see.
Hold on. In the meantime, let me ask this real quick because I seen when you said, Shakur, you said if the Zepeda fight don't go down, if they duck, you willing to fight Kid Austin? You standing on that? Is that something?
I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. His dad can't fight for him.
I'm never fight for him.
You talk for him, shit. You can't fight for him.
Understand this. I'm never gonna fight for Floyd, but the thing
is,
it's
me and him in the ring, dog.
I know that he's gonna.
It's me and him in the ring. That's it.
I know, Floyd. You tell me,
bruh.
Floyd, what's up, little Floyd? Let me know.
Fighting and the story.
And we gonna stop.
Stop me. This nigga don't even punch hard. Y'all gassing this nigga. This nigga do not punch hard. How you gonna stop me?
I know you ain't talking about punch hard.
This nigga does not punch hard.
Not stopping.
No, we ain't gonna disrespect.
Yo, you told me I almost made you shit on yourself, bro. What you talking about, bro?
No, I'm not gonna.
What you mean I don't punch hard?
Hold on. Time out. I'm not getting him on this.
Man, what the hell? What
that's a story that you got. I got another one. Shakur Stevenson hurt him to the body. I know I should tell him.
All right, that was fun.
Shakur is so smart in the gym. So Shakur will let people believe they getting the best of him.
Yeah.
Just so they can get close enough.
Because you're open.
And he will hit you in the body so hard. So he got hit so hard he almost doodled on himself. I know you want people to know. So he had to fight the rest of the rounds with his butt cheeks clenched. So that fight.
That's
because Shakur always supported us. So I'm not even letting it go like that. Shakur is great and you do punch hard. And I look forward to seeing y'all. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not gonna be on the energy like Shakur ain't like that. It ain't the man.
Nah, hell nah, man. It's all love. But man, y'all keeping the same energy. Y'all can't do that. You can't do that. Hey, when it was going crazy on board, man. Core, I told you when he pull up his big homie Core.
And
y'all know what I'm about.
And we supposed to call you out. Because even let's say this. And I'm not even gonna, let's say anybody on the level we on lose to Shakur, he still became a star. If he just if he just get through it, he still become a star. Because he went against one of the greatest of this era. So what's wrong with reaching for that?
Nah, that's cool. I don't got an issue with that. I respect that. I just got an issue when y'all go and say what y'all did to me in sparring and y'all be capping.
Y'all be capping.
All right, how I'm gonna end it off because we gotta go to dinner reservation.
Y'all do be capping.
Cool. All right, we have different opinions, different stories of how the sparring went.
We got witnesses.
When the fight happened,
I got 100 witnesses. Y'all already said what happened. Y'all went in the interview and said what happened, dog.
Well, wait. But he always said you landed a good body shot.
Always.
He never.
The man said that I'm the greatest, nigga.
Huh?
What the fuck if you call me the greatest, nigga? What the fuck do that mean, nigga?
He's the greatest boxer of all time.
What that got to do with
You just came at the wrong era. You're good, but he's the greatest of all time, and that's what I'm willing to prove before he get his grown man strength. I'm trying to give y'all a chance.
That's him telling Shakur.
No, that sound like a cop out. That's the excuse that's gonna happen when I whoop his ass. He ain't have his grown man strength. He was a little boy.
Shakur, he's gonna stop you, Shakur.
Oh, that shit sound good.
Hold on, let me ask y'all this real quick. Let me ask y'all this because I didn't even expect this, but let me ask y'all this. If after Zepeda, right? If Shakur, you take care of business, Kid Austin, tomorrow you take care of business with Renee. Is this a fight that we could see together? Is this something that we'll be able to see?
Yeah,
if Zepeda go and fight Shakur, we fight for the WBA belt. So then
y'all not fighting no fucking Tank. Stop dreaming, bro.
Vacating the belt.
Stop dreaming, bro.
Tank already said he vacating the belt. Remember we did with that.
I want to see it.
Can I answer it? Because we got the international WBA belt, by their bylaws, we could call for a title shot anytime we want. Tank said he's vacating the belt. His coach even battled on an interview. So
y'all forget that the belt organizations is full of shit, dog. They do whatever they want.
All these belt companies do what they want.
Exactly. So that don't mean that y'all front line to get the title.
They nobody put us front line to get a title.
I'm just saying.
We worked hard. We was fighting every year.
I'm not saying that y'all didn't. I'm just saying that don't mean that y'all gonna get a title shot. How y'all know he really gonna vacate the belt? Y'all going off a hearsay.
Mandatory. Listen, we would stop Tank like you. We called out Tank too.
Dog, that shit
it ain't like
good.
Me.
Yo, you're not fighting for him, dog. You can't tell him what he could do because you're not fighting.
He asking for you. Can we have
y'all gonna get me? I'm gonna beat the shit out that nigga.
Yo, I want this fight. We pushing for this fight. I want to see that. Kid Austin versus Shakur Stevenson. We want to see that.
He know it get hot in that kitchen.
No, it don't.
Stop lying. You
let
lying.
me hear Kid real quick. Hold on. Yo, Senior, let me hear Kid real quick because I want to hear Kid. Kid, what you think?
Well, these text messages, like I said, them text messages say something different. Them texts, he put them texts out there on his ass. Y'all see the text messages up on the screen. This should be funny, bro. Boxing is amazing. Yeah, this shit is funny. Kid also said, "Thanks for the work, champ. You the GOAT." Then he said, "Nah, I appreciate you. I look forward to learning from you. You say you the greatest boxer I've seen. Glad to be around you. See you next time." That's Kid Austin at the bottom telling Shakur Stevenson he the greatest boxer he's ever seen. Glad to be around him. See you next time. You can't get in this. You can't get no interviews and say nothing, bro. The text messages say everything.
Shakur talking crazy. He said gonna beat your ass. Kid, how do you feel about that?
I'm gonna keep it respectful. It's like I always said, Shakur was one of the greats. You know, he could be one of the greats. You know, I always looked him up as a child. But that has nothing to do with it. I mean, I'm pretty sure let's say like he wanted to fight the dude he was looking up to. I'm pretty sure he would feel the same way.
Okay.
And let me tell y'all that Shakur challenge for his belt is 16, 17 fights. So we doing the same thing now. It's an issue. We ain't ready. He did the same exact shit.
Beat niggas though.
No,
whoever they put in front of me.
A-level to get a title shot.
That's cool.
No, I'm saying we did. So we right where he at, and we saying, yo, give us a title shot. We're not doing the exact watch.
It's no issue with what y'all doing, dog. Just don't lie.
We never lie.
Yes, y'all did.
Lied about,
like I said,
y'all lied about the sparring. Y'all lied.
Y'all
went in there.
Oh, what did Kid say? Let me hear Kid real quick. Kid, what you said?
Said everybody gonna have their own opinion. Cool.
Ain't no fucking own opinion, nigga. You had your own opinion. You sparred me, and right after you sparred me, nigga, you said I'm the greatest you been in the ring with, nigga.
And y'all seen the text message.
Wait.
You said that. Fuck an opinion, nigga. What about your opinion, nigga? You talking about something? Everybody got their own opinion.
Get him, big homie Core.
So I'm saying once I get you in that ring and break that nose, it's gonna be different.
Blah blah blah. You punch like a bitch. Stop lying. Stop lying to yourself. You punch like a bitch.
Wait, time out.
That shit sound good, nigga.
Energy's not right, but listen, if you feel we lied, we apologize. And I hope you will give us the opportunity to share.
Opportunity is there, nigga. Keep doing what y'all doing. Opportunity is there. Ain't not. I'm gonna catch y'all later. I'm gonna see these niggas.
All right. Yo, listen, my bad, y'all. I didn't want to derail the interview. My bad.
It's all right. I appreciate that because that was the first talk.
Man, shout out to them boys, man. That was good. Core wasn't beat. He was like, nah, about that sparring y'all was talking about. Yeah, I ain't do none of that. Najee got a dope platform, man. That's dope when you can get the fighters up there to talk. At the end of the day, look, Kid Austin's supposed to be confident in himself that he can win if they fight, but you just got a lot of work to do before you honestly can get there, man. But look, the sooner the better. I'm not against seeing them fight each other. If they line it up, I'll be right there front row and center to watch it, you know. But he gotta he gotta do his part to get to where he need to get to. He gotta keep winning, and he'll eventually work himself to that position to be able to fight. Talent between the two are worlds apart. Yeah, it is, man. It is. It's a nice gap, man. D-Lay was good. Kid Austin. Yeah, he don't got enough experience right now for those guys. Not enough experience. Very young. Need some more seasoning for sure. You get me? So just keep working, Kid Austin. I like the back and forth between the two, though, man. He gonna do what he gonna do, man. But hopefully he just keep winning, and we could maybe see that fight somewhere down the line, you know? Hopefully. Boxing with 2-4 was good with it, man. Potentially could be the mandatory to Shakur tank next year. Man, yeah, just keep winning. That's all. I ain't against it. Just keep winning. Even though I don't think he'll get them fights even then just yet, because again, he with Oscar Delahoya. Look how Oscar Delahoya moves people. Jaime Miguel was been in position. He could have been took a title shot. You see how he moved him? You know what I'm saying? See how he moved? See how who else he moved like that? What was it, Zordo too, that he got? You see how he like to pad records a little bit. I ain't saying they're going to exactly do that with Floyd, but at the end of the day, I do feel like they're going to elect to get more fights in before you truly try to make a push for those specific fights. It's a good conversation to have, right? And it's cool that him and his pops sound like they down for the smoke whenever. You know what I'm saying? The sooner the better for them, right? But I just know how boxing go, and I seriously doubt that Oscar, like, yeah. Not only I'm gonna skip past Zepeda and Shakur fight, and we're gonna throw Kid Austin in there. I just couldn't see it. You know, I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Anything is passable, but we'll see. We'll see, man. But overall, man, he had a solid fight. He got knocked down. He battled back from some adversity. You know what I'm saying? Got knocked on the deck for the first time in his career, and he had to get his ass back up. You know, Shakur's on their ass, man. Now let's keep rocking, man. We got some more stuff to talk about, man. So that was Kid Austin, man. That was his showing, and back to the drawing board for him. But we also had a top rank card going on. And look, I'm happy for my guy Oshaquie Foster, man. He got a split decision win, a tough fought win over ROBSON Conceição. You know, but nonetheless, he got his I think he got his revenge, man. I think he got his revenge for sure. And I'm glad for him. This fight, surprisingly, I mean, it was closer than the first one. I think the first one he won by a larger margin, and they just took the fight from him. I think this time he elected to fight a little bit more, be a little more on the front foot, and try to make the fight. He was trying in spots to not leave it to the judges, but ROBSON Conceição, he fought a strong, tough fight, man. It was a good fight for him as well. Busy, what it do, my guy? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, Gabriella Fundora being the youngest undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. She's doing amazing work, y'all. I don't want to skip over her either, man. She did amazing work. And she just keep winning, man. I like her a lot. I've been liking her since I've been watching her. She just keep getting better. And she really can fight and box. And she knows how to mix it up. I love watching her fight. Yeah, I'm glad Shockey got his Shockey Foster got his title back. Now he said he's focused on unifications and trying to be undisputed. But you know, it was a close fight. It was another split decision. The first fight ended in a split decision, but they gave it to Conceição this time. Shock got his lick back. I think he obviously did the better work. He pushed the fight, but Conceição fought back strong the whole way through. I think he slowed down toward the back end of the fight, and I think Shock continued to put the rounds in the bank, and he did a good job, man. But it was a close ass fight, surprisingly. So I didn't expect it to be that close. I ain't gonna lie, I thought Shock was going to, separate just a bit more, but nonetheless, it don't matter. He won. You know what I'm saying? I already seen him beat him more convincingly, in my opinion, the first trip. So the belt was back in the right person's hands. Shockey is now a 2-time champion, and he says he's on the unifications now. You know what I'm saying? He said he's on the unifications. What? Raymond Ford entered into the chat, man, and he tagged Shock and said he free at the next week. Since it's so personal, he should be expecting y'all to contact me. But I don't think no fight will come out of this right now because, like I said, Shock mentioned that he's focusing on trying to get unifications and become undisputed if he can, right? And I heard him mention the winner of Valdez. Who was it? Valdez and Navarrete fighting again. I think he said he want the winner of that. Next for a third fight. Nice try, Tyron. Yeah, they gotta get out of here. Robson's clinging on down the stretch, wasn't he? He hanging on. And yeah, man. Look, I'm not against the third fight per se, but only if Oshaquie Foster as a fighter doesn't have a better option, right? I just feel like after seeing it play out the first time, knowing Shockey really won that fight, that man landed like 11% of his punches in the first fight. There's no way in hell he should have got the nod ever at all. But they gave him a split decision win. This time it was a split decision win for Shock. It seems as if they're trying to almost set up a story because if you look at it, the first fight, another competitive fight, was a split decision. The second fight, split decision. They need to fight one more time. I could see them trying to push that. But like I said, only if Shock don't have a better option, bro. You know what I'm saying? Respect to Robson Conceição. They found a way to allow him to be a champion. So he gonna always be a champion, right? But I like to see Shockey in different fights. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? I seen that 2 times back to back. We seen 24 rounds of it. I'm cool. You know what I mean? All I think at the end of the day, to be perfectly honest with you, I think Robson Conceição did the best he could have did against Shockey in that rematch. I don't see him doing better than that. And I don't see him being able to have a performance again where he can beat him. That's just me. Now, unless he get robbed, and that's different. But aside from that, nah, I don't care to see it either, Aisha. I'm cool. You know, I think he should have better options now. You know what I'm saying? That shit was only a get back because he didn't get his just due the first time around. So I really don't have to see that, you know. But Raymond Ford, though, I do like the fact that he mentioned something about fighting Oshaquie Foster or contacting him. Look, I would love to see that fight. They got some little history, some back and forth on Twitter. Hopefully they fight soon, though. You know what I'm saying? I definitely would love to see it. They both up there. But good fight by Robson, man. But great job by Oshaquie Foster, man, getting that dub back and getting his belt back. Most importantly, man, getting his damn belt back. Oh, this Shakur exposing Floyd Schofield. Let's keep going, man. But shout out. He said he got Ray Savage, Oshaquie Foster. Yeah, it's a good fight. It's definitely a 50-50 fight to me. You know what I'm saying? It's a 50-50 fight. I like both guys for real. They both can fight. I hope we can see it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see it. Oshaquie Foster, Raymond Ford. Great fight. Great fight for 130. Great fight. Let's keep going, though, man. Let's keep it going. Real quick, man. Yeah, I know Y'all boy done made the headlines again. To your female. Let's get to it. Shot got over his hands, going too much posing, almost cost him the belt again. Yeah, possibly more activity. It's crazy because watching them fights, it made me go watch when Shakur fought him, man. He beat the hell out of Conceição. Damn near every single round too. That shit was surgical. They dropped him and everything. I thought Shaq was gonna do him similar this time, but I don't know. The fight was closer than I expected for whatever reason. And maybe what you're saying is true. Maybe just a little more activity, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Just to create that bit more of separation and make sure that he guaranteed the victory. But nonetheless, he got the win. But man, was it close though. And you already know how they do him with victories and close fights. Like you see how they was about to do him in that Rocky Hernandez fight. You see how they did him in the first fight with Conceição. And this one, split decision. So, yeah, man, I think more activity. But hopefully we see him he look better the next time out, man. Maybe that's just a style thing, man. Him and Conceição. I don't know. But let's hear Teofimo, man. He's back in the headlines. It was unnecessarily close. Yeah. And it's crazy because we seen him do it. He boxed Conceição in the first fight to the point where dude only landed 11% of his shots. So we seen him be able to have, swim without getting wet, but I guess it also led to him not being as active with his hands. So it's crazy because when he boxed him that way, it resulted in a split decision loss. And then he was more aggressive, and it seemed like they appreciated it more. So they gave him the respect and scored the fight, more fairly this trip. But let's hear what this goof troop had to say, man. I ain't rooting for him at all. I hope they do make Ryan and TL so they could beat each other up. I'm not lying.
Of course I'm going to provoke everybody. Of course I'm going to be like that. Because how else am I going to have food on the table when nobody want to eat?
You feel like you're going to pull Crawford's cards where he might actually fight
He already fell for it, and so did Tank. They both fell for it. One got a fucking monkey in the gym, and the other one is fucking talking crazy about my resume. You're 37. I'm 27. Do the math, son. Like, it don't work that way. You want to act like what you want to act, and I don't do that. I don't do that, man. I just don't do that. Let's settle it as true men. Mano y mano. That's what boxing is all about. The best of the best. The best fight the best. If you think you better than me, then show it to the world. What does it take?
What weight would you fight Crawford at?
I'll fight him at he's the A side.
Or 54?
Gervonta Davis is the A side. Terrence Crawford, the A side. And they're going to use this against me. I don't care. I just want to beat you guys because you guys are not good. You guys don't believe in yourself. You don't. Because if you did, you would have the tougher opposition and beat they butt. And better than me. Errol Spence was washed when Terrence Crawford fought him. Jose Benavidez was shot in the leg and had to prepare for a fight. Handicap, pretty much. And you beat him, right? But you had a hard time those first 4 or 5 rounds. You want to talk about Sean Porter? He was on his way out. And I put hands on him. I put hot, flaming hands on him at 17 years young. Don't start with me. You don't want to get there. Instead of talking about it, let's just make it happen. I mean, enough of this whole thing, man. You know what's the problem? You guys know I'm about to touch my prime, and you don't want to see any of it. You don't want to see none of that at all. You don't. You know why? But you can't stop it, because what God got for me, no man can stop. Who God bless, no man can curse. It's just simple as that.
Talk about your faith in God real quick.
My faith in God is what it is. It's what it's always been.
It's crazy, man. Like I think it's very convenient that him and Ryan, when they say some of the most outlandish things out of their mouth, they always try to bring religion into it. I think they kind of scumbags for doing that. And if you believe in yourself, that's fine. Go out there and make the fights and do what you're supposed to be doing. But again, calling for guys that's not in the plans of your team, and God, you calling for guys that's not being offered to you. And meanwhile, saying no to the guys that are realistic. And you saying that's showing us that you believe in yourself. So you're going to unrealistic. You know how business goes. So you're going to unrealistically call for the guys that are not in the plans, not on the table for you. But the guys that are, you're going to ignore them, act like they're not there. Meanwhile, fake clout chase guys that, you get what I'm saying? Think about what you want us to believe. You want us to believe that not only you want to fight a lightweight, which is just starting to really piss me off. All right, I guess you're going to go back down to 35. And I know that's not happening. So there you go. That's out of here. You know what I mean? You don't even look like you at 140. I don't know what way. Are you coming back at 140? I heard this dude was going to vacate his title and go to 47. I don't know what he's going to do, but nobody in the world believes that you're going to 154 pounds to go anywhere near remotely close to Terrence Crawford. You could sing that shit till you blue in the face, but I don't believe you. I don't think he making moves that's going to push him towards those type of fights. As a matter of fact, don't you got some issues going on with you in Top Rank? You get what I'm saying? You out here running around here asking to get out your contract. Teofimo can't make these fights y'all himself, so he full of shit. Respect to him. He's a hell of a talent at the top of his game, but this little circus run that he going on, I ain't feeling it. He got too much idle time, and that's why his ass need to be in the ring. Too much idle time, too many interviews. He exposed himself every single time, bro. Every single time. Zach B was good with it. Yeah, he keep turning down fights and chasing the guys that are not available to him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, facts. He ain't been right since Sandor. Right, I busy is just shit that don't make sense no more, and it's sad to see he just kind of wasting his talent at this point.
You see, people don't understand. You don't walk by faith. You walk with faith, and you don't. What is it? Walk by faith, not by sight. Well, no, it's walk with faith, never sight. Never sight. It's always faith inside. Yeah, imagine like. Jesus died, so to speak.
Here you go.
To wash our sins, right? And all
here you go.
Things.
I told you every single time he do it.
One thing, whoever follows him in that process shall never die. And I gotta follow it. I gotta follow it. I'd rather do that than commit to Lucifer and bend the knee. I'd rather follow the Son of God, the righteous path, and deal with the whips and the cuts that go along with it.
When you say everybody's clicked up, you talk about like Shakur and Keyshawn and how everyone, they all hang out with each other. It's just you and your pops, basically.
You tell me.
D-Free was good with it.
That's how it is.
That's how it is? All right, you heard it.
When I go to the gyms, look, hey, I'm not picking sides. I see you and your pops, and,
No, because in this moment, you got to be thorough. You got to be thorough. You got to keep it thorough. If that's how it's going to be, then that's how we got to present it. You believe it too, right?
About what?
That they clicked up.
Yeah.
They're all clicked up.
Yeah.
Bro, Hill was good with it.
Not one of them will call each other out to fight.
You think friends?
Oh, this is my big bro. Oh, this is my little bro. Man, shut that up, man. Shut up. Shut up. Ain't no bros in boxing, bro. There's only boxing and boxing. Blood and boxing. Blood and gloves. That's it.
Yeah. But he actively turning people down and saying who he won't fight. You told Keyshawn not to call you out. He still did it. You don't take him serious. He really want to fight you. Keyshawn just tweeted about that again. You get what I'm saying? I do believe Keyshawn want to fight him. I think he'd beat him too. I really do. I do. I'm starting to feel like that. This dude don't want to fight nobody. He just want to believe. He wants you to believe he want these fights. But he going to sit here and bark in these interviews and not do nothing about them. You don't want to go to no 54. You damn sure don't want to fight Tank. You just want clout from talking about these dudes. You almost put yourself on the list not to fight nobody. And I've never seen anything like this. This dude is unbelievable.
Shit's turning into a reality show.
Like I said, we need these beefs, man. We need these big fights.
Not just the beefs. We just need the fights.
That's what it is. Because right now, like, what's on the table? Like, be honest, like, what's on the table?
Nothing on my side. There's nothing on my table.
We got Beater Biff and Bivol next week, but that's it.
Well, okay, no, but that's not it. That's a big fight. That's great. That's great that we get to see two iconic fighters in their prime, and about somebody's gotta go.
No, I'm saying that's the great fight. But after that, what do we have?
Oh, you got Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach in Houston.
But we know
Texas.
what's gonna happen with that. That's what I'm saying.
You never know, right?
Nah, I know.
You never know.
I
right?
know. I know what's coming with that fight. But that's what I'm saying. Fights like you against Tank, you Shakur, you Keyshawn Davis probably be a good fight too. Fights like that.
No, Davis hasn't even.
You feel like he's just nowhere on your level yet?
No, but he's at 135. Has yet to
right, Damon.
Title at that weight class. Why should we even mention the kid? He wants that stuff, but he can't even take a punch. The few fights that they put him on, Bruce Trampler and Brad Goodman, few fights they put him on, he can't take a hit.
You're talking about he fought the kid from Philadelphia?
I guess so. When he fought in Texas, he got rocked. And then he got rocked again, and now The matchmakers know what they're doing. They want to give him little by little the development, but he wants to go straight to the top. Go ahead, go straight to the top. Your chin's gonna be up and you're gonna be down on the canvas. Guaranteed.
He's chinny, that's what you're saying?
Can't take the shot, but he gotta fake it and front it. Can't take a shot. Enough about that kid. He's a whack job. Yeah, we'll see what boxing has in store for Teofimo, the takeover. I'm excited. Let's make boxing great again, people. I'm not here to say I don't think anybody's great. No. Everybody has a great.
He'd be fighting more if he wasn't talking so much and making bad decisions.
Right there. And if you guys really want to see it happen, then tell them to make it happen. You guys have more power than you guys know.
The fans and the media
always
need to push for it.
Push the fights. Push the fights that you want and keep going that way. Push the algorithm, delete the algorithm, and push.
Ron, what's good, bro? Teofimo, man, he just be talking. I truly don't know how I do this sometimes, but I try and let this play through and not stop it too much. This dude just he knows when them cameras is on. I tell you that. He know when the cameras is on how to start talking. Cause boy, do he start. Hold on, y'all, give me a second. Still in the headlines again. No fighting, man. I don't think this dude too interested in fighting right now, man. I really don't, and it's tough. It's tough to call, and it's tough to understand when the guys as talented as Teofimo don't just get in the ring and do what he's supposed to do. This dude just, I don't know, crying for attention or something, man.
That's what people want, yeah. Go ahead. Crawford Boots will probably go to 54 and fight him there. Know what I'm saying? I know they're talking about Sebastian Fundora. I don't know. I mean, there's not really much noise. I mean, maybe Charlo and Crawford. Charlo and Crawford could be one. But fuck those guys right now. I love Charlo's and I love the Charlo brothers. Lions only. I'm just saying, I got to get mine. I gotta get mine. I'm not gonna be nobody's matchmaker for all those out there to go and take that opportunity and throw me in the back of the gutter. I ain't gonna do that.
What the hell?
About me is that I gotta eat too.
Yeah.
I gotta eat too.
Nah, but if you're serious about that Crawford fight,
what?
You know, let's get
we
that
called out
ball rolling.
Lomachenko when Loma was in the prime and the pound for pound #1. We called him out. What we do?
This man still talking about Loma in 2024 is crazy.
After my defeat with Campbell, we kept calling him out. What did we do?
Fought him.
All right, I'm calling out Crawford and I'm calling out Tank. And you know what? We're gonna see who wants to take that. That's it.
Takes it.
That's for God to know and for me and for everyone else to find out. That's what it is. And I can't wait. I fought 2 white boys. Beat both of them. I need a black boy now. And it ain't on some racist shit. No.
Did you hear this idiot?
Together. Boys. Beat both of them.
Who takes it?
That's for God to know and for me and for everyone else to find out. That's what it is. And I can't wait. I fought 2 white boys. Beat both of them. I need a black boy now. And it ain't on some racist shit. No. It's to unite all of us together. Remember that. It's to unite because I know.
Well, why make the statement? Why make the statement? I beat 2 white boys. I need me a black boy now. Like what? Oh, I'm tired. You probably y'all never hear me do this openly like this because I don't even think like this when they usually come to fighters. But when I can't wait to see the look on his face when he's humbled for the ignorance that he's spewing. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to him or none of that, but I think this dude need his ass beat, yo. I do, yo. I do think he need his ass beat, yo. Preferably in the ring. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to him, but he's very he not it, man. He not it. He not it. He turned into something different, bro.
Son of God. So in those moments right there, I get to show you the faith of really what God could do.
See, and then every time he makes an ignorant statement, he try to bring God into it. I despise people that do that. It don't got nothing to do with this ignorance that you speaking right now. Dude, man, you're not going to get a fight this way. You're turning people off. I don't even understand, like, what the hell is wrong with this dude right now? Like he really, I really think he a loose screw for real. I'm not joking when I say that. I don't think he got it all. I don't. I think this dude's silly as hell. Like he's showing early signs of CTE or something, man. Maul Brooks, what it do, bro?
Soul, everyone got light, right? There ain't no color in the soul. But everybody want to be like this and that about race. What the? And the ones that complain about this shit, about segregation, it was your ancestors and your great ancestors that went through it, not you. Shut the fuck up and go and make everything happen now for yourself and your family. For your family, make that shit happen.
Do you this guy? I won't even rewind it no more. But do you hear this dude? And then you wonder why nobody's rooting for him and why he ain't getting no fights.
And you have the opportunity, thanks to your ancestors and all the great suffering that they went through, so that you and everyone else in your family tree could actually live on and move forward. But if you hold on to the past,
definitely not the guy to give no advice about no ancestors, bro. This dude is an idiot.
It's a system. Get out the system. Get out
the whole idiot.
Point blank. Period. I'm not here as someone that wants to get at people. Absolutely not. I know y'all got guns, and I know you guys got things to hurt me. Absolutely. I ain't stupid. I got a brain. You know what I'm saying? I got a brain. I ain't trying to press nobody. I want y'all to just wake up a little bit, because everybody's sleeping. Everyone's sleeping. Always on the damn phone. Y'all don't even see the real world no more. All y'all do is just be on the phone trying to find out what news is next.
He's terrible at freestyling.
Why you think it's a fucking bitten apple? For crying out loud. Why you think apple's bitten?
That kicking knowledge, y'all.
Seriously, man. And shout out to Apple, man. Let's get a sponsorship.
Shout out to Apple.
Let's get a sponsorship. But what do you think? It's a bitten apple. It's common sense, man. We all bit the damn apple. Technically, fucking Adam did. But
what the hell, dude?
Just think about it, all those things, man. I ain't trying to press nobody. I just want to show y'all that everybody got a chance, man. I got a chance. Bro, they robbed me. They took the fucking fight with Kambosos. They jobbed me. And I came back to show you I could do it again.
They didn't rob you. Hannibal, what's good with it, bro? They didn't rob you. Kambosos beat you up. You start talking about your lungs and your esophagus and all that. What is this dude talking about? They didn't job you. Boy, you got beat. That was fair and square. Split decision king. Kambosos came in there and kicked your ass, bro, because you came in there too cocky with no game plan, emotionally all over the place, and you paid for it, bro. They didn't rob you. Kambosos just beat you. That's all. He ain't whoop your ass. You know what I mean? He put hands on you, though. You fought back. Dropped him late. Fought back to a split decision in bad condition. Kudos to you, but you lost. They damn sure ain't rob you. You put yourself in that situation. T.O. be tripping, bro.
That I could do it again, and I beat the #1 pound for pound at 140 pounds. #1. He was the pound for pound in that weight division, and I came over there, and what we did, we took over, because we're the takeover. Man. I don't think there's much more to do. Just wait to see what happens next. I go off of God's timing. I don't go off of mine. Right,
he just
be, gonna come and prevail.
He just be saying anything.
I love y'all, man. Peace, love, happiness to all y'all, man. Don't think of it any other different way.
Yo, what?
Y'all don't know my upbringing, so you don't know. Y'all really don't know.
Yeah.
I grew up with a lot of black folks. Y'all really don't know. Why you think I can fucking dance?
What?
Stupid, man. Y'all crazy. Thank you. Peace, love. Tell them what's the channel.
210 Boxing TV, baby.
Alrighty, man. It's a takeover. Two-time linear world champion.
Man, this dude tripping. He made himself uncomfortable and had to get off. Man, shout out to 210 Boxing, man. T.O.'s all over the place. He's still on that with those undertones, if you will, with his commentary. And I don't think he quite learned about the ignorance that he's still spewing. So, like I said, until he showed me that he ain't on some BS, man, I ain't rooting for that dude or checking for him. I will talk about him from time to time and with anything that follows up. But hopefully this dude just do less interviewing, less talking, and more fighting. He is a good talent. Yeah, his father is just not a good role model at all. You could tell. He don't really listen to his pops, it seems like. And it's the same thing for Ryan. I think that's why those dudes are always off the, you know what I mean? Yeah, Sean, what's good with it, bro? Yeah, he's silly. Star Fox was good. Yeah, so still saying that he said he fought 2 white boys and he need a black boy now. And it's not on no racist stuff either. It's to unite everybody. Like some foolishness like that he just said. So, look, I think that my stance is still the same on T.O., man. I don't think he learning. And to some degree, when I watch some of these interviews, I'll be hoping that he showed some growth and that he's talking more about boxing or something like that. But it's still the same old stuff, the same old, him trying to sound smart. He's not really that intelligent. He's not good at it. And yeah, he just like to hear his self-talk. It's unfortunate, but that's where we at, man. T.O. is amazing. Just foolish. But let's keep rolling, man. That was my T.O. Rant for the day, man. T.O. still on that BS, y'all. Still on that BS. And I ain't feeling him. But let's keep going, man. You know it wouldn't be right if we ain't talk about my guy. We ain't talk about Tank and Mr. Timothy Bradley, man. Timothy Bradley making some headways, man. He called Tank Davis. Shout out to Fight Hype. He called Tank Davis 30-year-old prospect, man. Tim Bradley has some interesting things. We're gonna listen to this. Tio still mad. He took that L. Yeah, he's still mad about the L. Still talking about Cambosis. He bounced back since then, but he just won't build off the wins and just let it be that. And if he was thinking more smarter, he'd just be fighting. Like, he doing way too much talking, and a lot of it is ignorance, and he all over the place. Anybody watch that interview, that's cringe. That's cringe-worthy, bro. That stuff he be saying be hard to watch, yo. Stuff he say is hard to watch. I'm telling you. Said Tio's ignorance is encyclopedic. I swear it is, right?
AK, the Puerto Rican Kid KG. This is Fight Hype. Tim Bradley with us. Appreciate your time, Tim. I know you worked a long night. We'll get right to it. So, obviously, here you go, Tim. I follow. Obviously, this Lamont Tank stuff is, gonna happen later on, but I just wanted to get your opinion on this. First and foremost, a lot of people are giving Tank flack, don't think it's the right opponent. What do you think?
Does it really matter what I think?
I think the fans think what you say matters.
Tank gonna do what Tank gonna do. Tank gonna do what Tank has always done.
Okay.
y'all know what that is. The fans ain't stupid.
Okay.
And you got your Tank supporters out there that feel that this guy dug, this guy didn't want to fight, all this stuff, man. Like, before Shakur even signed to Cordina, it was a perfect opportunity for him to negotiate with Shakur. But it just always seems that Tank, and this isn't just me hating on, this is factual. Tell me the last true, like, top A dog, bro, where he didn't suck him down and wait so he can have an advantage and saying, oh, he too big and this and that, like he did with Garcia, man. Who was the last? It was Pedraza, and that was years ago, dog. But since then, I mean, who else? Frank Martin, Green. It's almost like, to me, it's like, bro, you like almost a 30-year-old prospect, dog. Fight the best. Fight Shakur.
30-year-old prospect.
Oh, he tried to fight Lomachenko at the end. I already know what everybody, but Loma didn't want that smoke. He retired Loma. You could have fought that 5-6 years ago. But you was in protective custody. Straight up. PBC protective custody, bro.
So again, real quick, just to stop it right there. I never, I give everybody respect. I never go at the person individually. Like Tim Bradley, decorated, he knows boxing. He know more boxing than me, but he got his opinion. His opinion is a little bogus sometimes. And I think that's a misrepresentation to Tank to call him a 30-year-old prospect. Yeah, I know you want to see the fights, but you just said it yourself. If you say he's in protective custody, PBC protective custody, then wouldn't that mean that somebody's moving him a certain way and you can't put that all just on him? And you know that, and the thing is, the business because you've been a part of it, so you should know now. You was over there on Top Rank, not PBC, but you know how it go. You saying it without saying it, so they had a plan, and since then he's moved closer in that direction. My only issue is it's the same. Like, I expect guys that are as knowledgeable as him to, when you do speak about the fight or you displeased with it, don't forget to include the fact that he was going after Lomachenko, and notice that Lomachenko is a top-ranked fighter, and that's where you fought. So when you bring up this fight, you don't bring up the fact that Lomachenko said no to him and the reason why he fighting a Lamont Roach. See, without that little piece of information, you can just shit on the fight, right? Because you'll be like, oh, why is he fighting him? He's not a 35-pounder. Why is he pulling him up? Da-da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, we all know what happened. So I just feel like guys like this should include that in their assessment. You can still hate the fight if you want. I ain't saying you shouldn't, but educate the people on how we got here when you got opportunities like this with all the eyes on you.
Straight up. No, I'm serious. No,
yeah, 30-year-old prospect.
They've built a hell of a product. The dude, PBC protective custody, bro. fight Shakur. Oh, Frank Martin, Green. You know, that's true, like top A dog, bro. Where he didn't suck him down and wait so he can have an advantage and saying, oh, he too big and this and that. Like he did with Garcia, man. Who was the last? It was Pedraza, and that was years ago, dog. But since then, I mean, who else?
easy with it, do.
Frank Martin, Green. You know, it's almost like, to me, it's like, bro, you like almost a 30-year-old prospect, dog. Fight the best.
Cap.
Fight Shakur. Oh, he tried to fight Lomachenko at the end. I already know what everybody, but Loma didn't want that smoke. He retired Loma. You could have fought that 5-6 years ago.
Verse was good with it, bro.
But you was in protective custody.
But my thing is, the F 5 or 6 years ago. What about right now? He could fight him right now, and we not getting that fight. Do you know why? Because of Loma, not Tank. So based on what he's saying, and this is, I'm going at the argument, not Tim Bradley, salute to him. But the argument is that he was in protective custody. So I mean, it was moving him a certain way, right? That's clear as day what you're saying. He not picking the fights. You saying he could have fought him back then. But why we ain't talking about why he ain't fighting him now? Don't make no excuses for no 5-6 years ago. I'm tired of hearing that. You could fight him right now, but you know what? Loma don't want to fight. So my thing is this. They never negotiated before, and it was Tank not being the reason they fight. But here we go now with Loma being the issue. So I ain't looking to blame Loma or throw him under the bus. But all I'm saying is, man, put the onus on the right fighter. All right, if you want to talk about 5 years ago, you got to highlight now how is Loma in position and don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, M. Cole, Loma is 36 years old, coming off one of the best performances that he's ever had as a lightweight. You get what I'm saying? What a title. And people are comfortably making the excuse and trying to highlight his age. Terrence Crawford is older than him. You get what I'm saying? Nobody talking about nobody aging Terrence Crawford out, but we give Loma that. So we can't give Loma that because we won't give Terrence Crawford that. Yeah, 5-6 years ago. Yeah, exactly. Cal, who's the A side? And it wasn't Tank. And we already got the all the, you know, the audio clips and all that. You get what I'm saying? True culture. Now who in PC? You get who in protective custody now? Talking about they ain't in the mood. Like, that's all I'm saying. I ain't going at the person. I'm going at the argument. That argument is getting weak. This guy has every opportunity to fight right now. We stop making. He's a grown ass man, a world class fighter, bro. I don't give a damn. He 36. He ain't even been around. It's like all these guys got more fights than Loma. Man, he got to get in there and fight, bro. Or let the title go. You get me? I respect your decision to retire. If you feel like, yo, you done had enough, right? Let the title go. But I get it. And just think about it. 5-6 years ago, we got a Tank Davis that wasn't in control with Loma being the A side and didn't even try to make the fight. We know what it was. Now you speed up to now. The guy that's the A side has pressed for the fight, and the guy that's on the other side isn't like, nah. You get what I'm saying? 5-6 years ago, I would have. Man, 5-6 years ago, you probably got beat too. You know what I'm saying? But I just wish he would have took the fight. Shout out to Loma, but I hate the fact that he didn't take this fight. And we left with all this unnecessary criticism that I don't think is justifiable in this particular instant because we know what the plan was. I'm tired of people ignoring it to make an argument to shit on Tank Davis, the fighter, when you know what it is. Stop making it seem like he's scared of people that you know full well that he's not. If that is the case, then these guys will be saying that. Dudes ain't saying it. Some of the best fighters, Shakur, know that fight gonna happen, and it ain't because Tank ducking him. So he know what the business is, but he ain't gonna say it because he a company man. Respect to him, but it's just certain things he leave out of his assessment to make an argument. You know what I'm saying? So
straight up, PBC protective custody, bro. Straight up. No, I'm serious. No, but look, they've built a hell of a product.
Yes,
the
they have.
dude looks. Look, man. Makeup covers up a
Right,
lot of
right. Al Booger on
imperfections.
some
Matchmaking
like,
can do the
man,
same
get your
thing.
ass
What
to
are you
green
scared
now,
of? That's what I'm trying to. What are you scared of? That's what I'm trying to understand.
See?
Put this dude in there with a lion. He not got a lion. That's what I'm.
And then you leaving it out that he was going after the lion, one of y'all best fighters on that stable. And Lomachenko, don't do that to my guy. You can't do him like that. Can't do that. I'm tired of that Loma's old stuff. Like, hell nah, bro. Somebody yell, please. Somebody tell me a better performance. And y'all in here, y'all seen Loma fights. Y'all tell me a better performance he had at 135 than what he had the last time you seen him. Tell me the last time they was calling Lomachenko the Matrix and all that type of shit. Tell me the last time. You get what I'm trying to say? We get it. We understand completely it was Kambosos, but he still had the ability to look that good against that guy. Kambosos can be scrappy when he want to be, right? Man, he completely outclassed him in every way, shape, and form. Didn't lose a solitary round. He didn't miss a beat against Kambosos. Do that look like a guy that can't compete against Tank Davis? Never mind his age. Look at how he fought that night. What is it about Loma that says he won't be able to get in there and compete against Tank at a high level too? You get what I'm saying? Don't give nobody no out now. If he want to retire, that's he's entitled to do that. Respect to that man. He had a hell of a career, right? But he beat big ass Nakatani up, bro. Beat up big ass Nakatani. You get what I'm saying? That was the last time. I think that was, but you know that been a while is what I'm saying. Star Fox, you get what I'm saying? The Richard Comays and the Nakatanis, right? So I've been a little minute ago. But you could argue in this fight, he looked better. He looked even better. Nakatani gave him some rough moments, roughed him up, but he still beat him down. Know what I'm saying? Very impressive. But he beat Kambosos from pillar to post and stopped him. A guy that never been stopped. You get what I'm saying? Been a little while since he looked that good. You get me? So that's the point I'm making. I ain't saying he never looked that good, but it's been a while. So that's what I'm saying. Like he still got it in him. He still got it in the tank to perform. Now, I don't know where he at mentally, like if he feel like he's up to it. But from what I've seen against a Kambosos, yeah, he still can get in there and perform. And I ain't saying Tank is no Kambosos, but I'm just telling you, a guy that goes in there and wins essentially every single round on his way to an impressive stoppage over a guy that ain't been stopped yet, man, he can compete. He's still world-class, a world-class performance right there. Or you go in there and don't lose no rounds? He ain't even look, he ain't look old and none of that. He ain't look like he shouldn't have been in there. He looked like, damn, now we like, yo, who he fighting next? This dude done got a title. He gonna make a good fight. And then he pulls out of negotiations, bro.
I'm talking about. Put him in there with a lion, man. So that's just me. That's what I think. But at the end of the day, I told you, I'm just me, man, and I'm just keeping it 100 with you guys.
Facts. All right, let me ask you this: is the fight a fight that should be on pay-per-view?
Hell no. No disrespect to Lamont. And I know they got history, but Tank is on a different level now, man. Lamont, yes, he's on he's on the up and up. He's kind of reinvigorated himself reinvented himself. He got a strap. But, bro, he fought some of the same guys that Tank fought, bro, and barely escaped it with a win. Come on, man. What do you think Tank's going to do to him? You know, and we talking about styles, and we talking about, oh, Lamont, I'm hearing all these people, oh, Lamont's going to give him more problems than Frank Martin and all this. Stop it. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. That's an orthodox fighter.
But it's not impossible, though. It's not impossible for him to give him a better fight than Frank Martin. You make it sound like it's out the realm of possibility. For one, he's competed higher than 130. All that dragging him up shit go out the window. You get what I'm saying? He got more fights than Frank Martin. Notice the thing that you critique Frank Martin about is he's green. You know you can't say that about Lamont Roach, and he's actually made it to be a world champion. So it might not be the best fight, like I said, and you might not be jumping out of your seats. But at the end of the day, Tank is a pay-per-view guy. All his fights going to be on pay-per-view because of it. People love it, hate it, complain about it, but support the damn fight, and we'll be on to the next one, man. You get what I'm saying? Kambosos went 24 rounds with Devin Haney. Didn't get stopped. Loma went in there. What was it? 10? 10 got him out of there? Come on, man. Very impressed with Lomachenko's performance. I'm not making no argument, no case, no scenario where we talking about him not being able to fight somebody. That's BS, y'all. He's a world-class fighter, and that's what I'm going to treat him as until he show me inside the ring that he can't perform up to standard. You get me? He gave Devin Haney all he can handle, more than half of the world. Probably thought that Lomachenko won. This is that same guy, bro. That's world-class level. What are we talking about, man? We making excuses because a guy got a little long in the tooth. He still can fight. That's all I'm saying. So, again, Timothy Bradley is just conveniently forgot to mention how Lomachenko is not in the equation and why we got to Lamont Roach. Is he about to? That's funny, Aisha. Who knows, right? It's funny because we've been seeing him make his rounds a little bit. You know what I mean? But yeah, the 30-year-old prospect is crazy. Yeah, nah, he not. He said
that's not a southpaw.
As a matter of fact, Teddy Atlas said Tank Davis is one of the most complete fighters in boxing. That's what Teddy Atlas said.
Oh, that's an orthodox fighter, a guy that likes to rumble. His heart gonna get the best of him, especially when Tank starts to touch him. They say, oh, he can get ahead, he can outbox this and that. Dude, I see a lot of flaws, man, that Tank can take advantage of. One in particular is the pressure. This dude don't like the pressure, bro. He don't like it. And you can say, oh, he's got a little bit better dealing with the pressure, but dude, he's a boxer. Tank, and he can't even punch. He can't hit. How you gonna stop Tank? Someone that can take a shot, someone that ain't never touched the canvas. You know, someone that can punch, someone that knows and he smells, and he can smell.
Tim Bradley wasn't a puncher, and he used to bring pressure in his fights and come forward. He wasn't a puncher. You get what I'm saying? So he trying to make his point conveniently. He leaving stuff out. He know what he doing.
You know what I'm saying? He has that sixth sense. So that's what I think of the fight. No, it shouldn't be on pay-per-view, but it is. It's Tank. All right, they've been pushing Tank for a while. He's been on pay-per-view every single time. You know what you're gonna get when you see a Tank fight. People probably still gonna buy it. You know, we'll see. We'll see. I think it might do 200, 250, depending on how much they talk to build it up. So the promotion got to be fired, and that's it. But again, until Tank knock out one of them A fighters, I'm gonna continue to say it. Some people believe that this dude belongs in the Hall of Fame. I'm like, okay, I don't see it, but hey, I'm not the guy that's going after that question. I don't see it. However, many of people feel that I don't belong. But you check my track record, bro, and if you were born in the early 90s, bro, you don't even know what time it is. So I'm just letting you know. Or the 2000s, you don't even know what time it is. So.
I feel you. Respect to Tim Bradley. We all got an opinion, and I like I said, I don't never go at the person because I ain't corny like that. The argument is just one that people keep making, but like I said, there is holes all in that argument, man. For one, Haney and T.O., they both had 140 blueprint. They both had 140. I don't like triangle theories much, but at this elite level, I'm not so much doing the triangle theory. I'm just looking at styles, and I'm looking at mistakes and habits and tendencies. And Ryan Garcia was able to exploit those tendencies and those bad habits of a Devin Haney. I think Tank Davis is far smarter than the Ryan Garcia. For one, for starters, they're not fighting because Haney's at 140 and Tank at 135. But two, I don't think they even nowhere in their minds trying to make that fight after what just happened to them against Ryan Garcia. That's another thing. So when it comes to T.O. was calling Tank's name conveniently because he knows he don't make his own fights over there at top rank, and Bob Arum has not offered him or even mentioned a Tank Davis fight to him or a Terrence Crawford fight. So notice conveniently, those are the fights he's calling for. He should be calling for guys like Haney. But, guess what? Teofimo said no to Haney, to Turkey Al-Sheikh, said no to that fight. T.O. said no to the Raymond Morataya that somebody else mentioned earlier. So it's T.O. that also elected not to challenge Brian Norman for his title at 147. So the guy that you're asking about is turning down fights and not electing to fight nobody. And this is why you haven't seen him fight again. He was supposed to get another fight in before the end of the year, but he ruined his opportunities. Now he's sitting on the sideline calling people monkeys, talking about he need a black boy because he beat two white boys. He need a black boy now. This guy is a complete idiot. His word choice is very poor. And when he get his ass humbled, I'm going to enjoy seeing that because he just is foolish the way he carries. So again, that's the biggest problem. Haney can't make 135, and neither could Tio. Them dudes are not going to fight Tank Davis because of that, because they don't get to call the shots. Now, I do think if Tank runs out of opponents for whatever reason at 35 and he decides he wants to stick his toe back in 140, then I think those fights will be available and on the table realistically. But as long as Tank Davis calls the shots and he's the man where he resides at 135, he don't have to move up for those guys. But, you know, like I said, if he decides to, then those fights realistically are on the table. But until then, no. Like, and again, you got dudes at 135 when it was there, not itching and jumping out their seat to try to make no Tank fight. But now they want it. Like, I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I think the only one that realistically going to end up in there with him is Shakur. You know what I'm saying? I think T.O. is full of it. I don't think he really do want to fight Tank. I don't believe that. Because he just don't seem sincere in his approach to me, right? The whole monkey bit is not telling me, yeah, T.O. really want to fight. You know what I mean? That's not telling me that. That's telling me you want somebody to punch you in your face. So I don't know. I don't believe T.O. wants what he say he wants. If he do, I hope he position himself to get one of those fights. But I don't think people understand that. You know, I Tank fought at 140. We all know this. We know he said he wasn't comfortable. He didn't like it. So he's going back down to 30, 35 is where he at. So until he finds an incentive to have to move out of that division and go challenge people somewhere else, I don't think none of those 140 guys are an option for him. And notice how all of the onus is put on him to go to where they're at and allow them to be healthy and more comfortable, give up his advantages, his A side to suit them and make them comfortable for a fight that I think he'll still win anyway. But notice that's where the difficulty is going to come in. That's where the issue is going to come in at, right? If I'm not already planning to do something, you're not going to be the reason I do it. And that's just going to be the issue, right? So I'm not a selfish fan. I know what I want to see, but I also know what calls I can't make and have no control over. So I'm not somebody telling Tank, you got to do this, or you don't want to be great. If you don't go to 140, like I said, and challenge these bigger guys, then you this and that. I don't want to hear that shit. If that man want to fight, he taking the punishment. If 135 is where he want to fight at and be great at, then you got a choice to either support it or don't. But I could say how I would love to see him fight guys at 140, of course. If that's not something he gonna do, then why cry about it? You know what I'm saying? I can't cry about it. I mean, so it'll be great where he at. And as long as he fighting them top guys where he at, I'm cool. That's all it is to me. You know what I'm saying? I can't make the decision if I can't tell him where he should fight, take punishment at. You know what I mean? If you want to fight and be great as a lightweight, then do that. You've been in 4 different weight classes already. People don't even acknowledge that, right? It's like you never do enough in boxing, and I get it. Like you know, moved around a bit, but you just can't tell people where to can't compete at. Like, you get what I'm saying? We can't make them calls. We can only support what they're doing and talk about the fights we'd love to see. So I don't know. God, I was just to define him. Remember what you said. T.O., yeah, he is, Rob. He is. Second, third choice. T.O., come on, man. Unify with a champion. And that's what I'm saying, Damon. If you peep what he's saying, bro, what he's saying, the fights he's focusing on are ones that are not on the table. We got to stop fooling ourselves. We know how to see it when it's everybody else. We got to see it when it's T.O. That's what he doing. And it took me a little second to figure it out, but I'm like, hold on. Bob Arum ain't even mentioned no fight about no Terrence Crawford and no Teofimo, nowhere. Like in no interviews, no nothing. He not even entertaining that shit. You get me? And then same thing with Tank. You're not hearing him talk about making that fight with them. So you just know that he conveniently found 2 names that are respected and hot. One being Tank and the other being Crawford. And you throwing them in the same boat and you're pretending you want to fight him. Meanwhile, the paper trail is there. You turning down lesser guys. Meanwhile, trying to convince people you want the more dangerous fights out there. Should have just smoke and mirrors with Teofimo. Respectfully, man. Respectfully, man. So I just don't believe him. You know what I mean? People. Yeah, feel me? You need Loma versus Tank. Tank versus Stevenson versus Dennis Baranchik. Winner, undisputed. Yeah, true culture. Perfect world, man. I would love it. But the crazy part is what's about to happen. Zepeda going to have an opportunity to fight Shakur if he get past Tevin Farmer. If Keyshawn Davis beat Gustavo Lemos, he gonna be in line for the WBO title, and Tank gonna fight Roach, and that's how that's gonna go. You know what I mean? Boxing ain't never gonna deliver like that, man. That's too much. Like, right, that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect right there. Winner of the Pay the Farmer. Shakur and Pitbull will never fight, I don't think, because I don't think they'll ever take that fight. Stylistically, it's a bad fight for them. It's just a bad fight. They'll have to rely too much on being lucky to beat a guy like Shakur. You see how Ryo made him look? Shakur just box him and box him and box him, and he'll get frustrated, desperate, and I think he'll just lose. I don't see him. He don't got it. Too one-dimensional. Winners are paid at Farmer rather. Look, I feel like Shakur should fight Zepeda if he get past Farmer. I feel like that should be the fight. That should be the fight. For sure. So I'm only gonna look one step ahead right now, and I want to see that fight for him. Social media makes one think that any fight is available, not considering how the business of boxing operates. Social media is just talking to the promoters and managers. Make it. It won't happen. Talk to him, Rob. And that's all I'm doing is just poking holes in his little pretend to want to fight these other guys. He don't really want to fight these other guys, bro. I don't, at least I don't believe it. He say he does, but I don't believe it because his moves don't dictate that. This dude literally crying about being out of his contract when he re-signed not too long ago. So to me, he comes off as a guy that's a bit, delusional. You know what I'm saying? Just a bit delusional. Respectfully, T.O. is for me. And like I said, I see right through it. Smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying? I believe him when he actually step in the ring and fight somebody that he's talking about fighting. Until then, I don't believe him, yo. You need more people, man. You need more people. Well, let's keep rolling, man. So while we rolling on this Tank topic, man, somebody else that was also in the news or in the headlines for talking about Tank is none other than Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie was going in about him as well. So let's hear what Paulie had to say, man. Let's hear Paulie.
He wanted the Lomachenko fight when Lomachenko was old. He didn't want the Lomachenko fight when Lomachenko was in his prime. Remember, Lomachenko was older than him. Remember, there was also Tevin Farmer and Gervonta Davis's weight at 130 pounds. He didn't go for that one either. And
you know what happened with the Tevin Farmer thing? That was them that screwed that fight up. That wasn't Tank at all. So let's keep that real. And it wasn't him last time. It wasn't him before because we just talked about how Loma was the A side, and we know that. And none of this shit matters when you got a guy on record for saying no. All that shit is hearsay back then. Notice the words is he could have did this. He could have did that. I could have did a lot of shit. You get what I'm saying? A lot of shit could have happened. You get what I'm saying? He could have fought this one, yeah, but he also could have fought him now, and he didn't. And it was a real thing. It wasn't just a conversation or something that people just wanted. It was something that was really being facilitated behind the scenes, the right moves being made, and the fight was being negotiated, and the guy walked away. They conveniently keep leaving this shit out of all the arguments. That's the only thing that annoys me about this.
Let's stick to the standard here. Lomachenko got tired of being used as an opponent. You know what I mean? Because he was constantly fighting the best fighters possible. Now that he's older, he got jobbed against Haney, and he's going to say, I'm going to go back and become an opponent? That's not what I'm going to do.
I mean, go back and be an opponent. Like, I'm not trying to hear that. So what you would have been against Shakur? That was a vacant title y'all would have been fighting for. What is he talking about? So why not do that then? What do you mean go back to being an opponent? Like what you got to be the man? So you telling me this is an ego thing? You're not taking the Tank fight because you tired of being an opponent? What the hell you supposed to be over him? We gonna be an opponent. That's not a good enough excuse. I know that's Paulie's argument, but that's not a good excuse for him.
That's not what I worked hard for. So he's gonna probably choose to exit the sport. You know what? He deserves it. He always chose to fight the best. He actually set the standard. If Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson were like Lomachenko, this fight would happen. I think Shakur Stevenson genuinely wants to fight the best fighters. I think it's Gervonta Davis that doesn't want to fight him. I think, yes, I understand it has to make business sense. But ultimately, why is it that Eastern fighters always make the fights and Western fighters somehow always find an excuse? This guy doesn't sell well. This guy's not popular. This guy's not this. Why do Eastern fighters always? No way anyway fights the best fighters possible.
See, but it's not the fighters that's making that excuse, man. The powers that be, you know that Paulie better than that. It's funny how they put everything on one fighter when it comes to making his fights and not the other guys. He keeps saying he don't want to fight these dudes, but we legit have history right now of Lomachenko saying he's not in the mood, and people are justifying it, talking about he's old. He always fought the best. He don't want to be an opponent no more. Get out of boxing and let that damn title go then. Ain't nobody asked you to fight for no title. Nobody asked you to fight Kambosos. Nobody in the damn world asked for that fight. Nobody. You could have fought Shakur if you didn't want to compete no more at the highest level. Then why are you out there beating people up for titles? Why are you competing for titles and we making excuses because he long in the tooth? So what? Retire then. And I respect it, but just retire. I don't want to hear that shit. Man, I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear that. It's a bad excuse, bro. Why fight for a title? Why be selfish then? You don't want to be you don't want to be an opponent. You don't want a unification. You didn't want to fight Shakur. What do you want? Come on, man. You get what you got. You can cry all you want about that undisputed fight, but you got given an opportunity. Devin Haney didn't have to fight you neither. Keep talking about he fought the best because he thought he was going to win. He got an opportunity. Who would turn down an opportunity at undisputed if you said that's your lifelong goal? And then it was him that let up off the gas in the 12th round. But we keep making excuses to why he won the fight. Man, I don't give a damn how many people felt he won the fight. As long as I know he's on record for saying he let up off the gas, I'm completely cool with him losing a 12-round decision in which he did not give 100% effort in the biggest fight of his life. And all we do is make excuses for this dude when he loses. Like he's a great fighter. And this is exactly why we wanted to see him fight Tank. But we making too many excuses. We keep talking about 5 or 6 years ago. Who gives a damn about any of that? We talking about right now. We can't rewind back there 5, 6 years ago. He would have lost back then too. Man, damn, I wish we could have seen this fight. We could have got all of this stuff put to bed now. Nobody could have convinced me in 2024 that the opportunity for Tank and Loma was right there, and Loma would have said no. I would have told you lying. I guarantee you, if you could have put a poll up and said, or posed the question, in 2024, we gonna get the, Lomachenko fight and Tank Davis fight is gonna be on the table. Who's gonna be responsible for why the fight didn't happen? I guarantee you, people will blame Tank. And then we fast forwarded today and look at what you got. That's all I'm saying, man. I just don't understand how you can make this argument and keep forgetting to say that. And just being so passionate about your views, but not speaking to the other side. Why not fight him now? No, what's wrong with fighting him now? Justify why he's not fighting him now, saying he's tired of being an opponent. Why did he go out there and compete for a title then? He should have just retired after Haney if that was the case. That's all I'm saying. Why hold on to a title? I want to see how long he's going to hold on to this title before he decides to defend it or just retire. That's what I want to see.
Publics have fighters that fight the best fighters possible. Then you get to the West and you start seeing all the excuses. This guy doesn't do this. This guy doesn't do this. What's the problem? I don't understand. Because you get the most bang for your buck and you get the most entertainment. The history of boxing proves it, because back in the old days, even the Western fighters used to fight one another. You get the best fights possible, and boxing thrives. That's why people look to the old days, because boxing thrives. And back then, you didn't even have Eastern fighters. The Western fighters were the guys that were actually looking for the best opponents possible and being the best they could be. That's why people long for those days. So we're trying to bring them back.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Shout out to Paulie. And look, man, it's never nothing personal attacks. He got his opinion, I got mine. But I that's all I say, man. I understand what points that he's trying to make about those fights that you want to see be made, and I'll never be against that. I'll never be against it. But I think my only issue for me is when these educated guys, these guys that are in the know, that's been a part of the business, when they go through these long-winded explanations and assessments, they always conveniently leave out pieces of information that will create and establish balance within the conversation instead of just looking like it's a one-sided attack. And that, my people, is why they always, a lot of people deem the stuff that comes out of Bradley's mouth hate, the stuff that Paulie's saying is hate. I don't draw it up as hate, but I understand why other people say it, because when they make their assessments, it's only filled with talking points to help make their argument. They leave out so many convenient details that would allow and create some balance where people could, process what they're saying differently and it wouldn't be deemed as hate. But the fact that they, it's all negative and it's just Gervonta this and he's scared of this and he don't want to prove that 30-year-old prospect this, PBC protected custody that. You get what I'm saying? Like, it never fails. It's endless, the amount of things, the criticism that they have for him, and they never have enough. I don't even want to call it praise, but they don't give him his just due enough. But it's just like all criticism. And no matter who he fight, they're going to conveniently find something wrong with it. Well, Pedraza, that was so long ago, though. You get what I'm saying? Leo Santa Cruz, he was good. He's a come-forward fighter, one-dimensional. You get me? Ryan Garcia was drained. Barrios was drained. Hector Garcia couldn't fight. Like, he was a small guy. Like, you just name it. It's always something. It's always something. And I just say that I think that's why he at the point where it's just like he going to do what's best for him. Mike Kirkland, my guy, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Tell you what's good with it, family. And that's why I think he like, look, man, I fight for the people that rock with me and understand what I'm on. I fight for y'all. For the ones that don't, it is what it is. And I just think that's where he at with it, man. But I think a lot of people conveniently miss what it is that he's doing because it's not what you want, right? And that's all, right? I just think that people continue to miss it, and that just is what it is. And they so fired up and they be so pound for pound. What's good with it, bro? Same thing with Floyd. Is always an excuse for a win. You know it. It just can't give him his credit without saying the and, if, buts, or maybes. You know what I'm saying? You can't just because somebody has a damn rehydration calls the same rehydration that the IBF have don't mean that that's the reason why they lost the fight. You get what I'm saying? That shit just is mind blowing to me. How the only thing that they attribute his fights, his wins over Barrios and Ryan Garcia, the only, driving force in those fights for him winning is rehydration causes. I think they really missing it. You get what I'm saying? I think they missing it. Both of those dudes got outskilled and outthought and beat. Ryan Garcia, and the same thing with Barrios and then Ryan Garcia. They both got their ass beat by a smarter guy. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland for the good content. As always, putting that 10-piece in the chat. Appreciate the support as always, bro.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland. Terrell, what's good with it, bro? I think Tank is a threat to them because he can be that guy, and he takes away from their guys. Look at how everyone is attacking us for a bigger reason. And again, you might be right, Zach, and that's why I can't be on that side of it. I gotta be for the side of boxing, and I think people forget sometimes that's what it's all about. I know often people try to dress up the way they feel about him by them having the money for the fights they want to see and him not giving them their money's worth or what they're paying to see. I think that's BS, man. You know what I'm saying? We just can't tell these dudes what to do with their careers and how to move. You know what I'm saying? We can only sit back and just watch this shit play out. All this crying and it starts to look like a coordinated attack when you got everybody saying the same thing. You get what I'm saying? Start to sound like an echo chamber. You know what I'm saying? Same stuff being said over and over and over again. He's not this. He's protective custody that. He's scared of this one this. He's scared of that one that. Then when you talk to the fighters, they don't say that. The only people that's running around pushing that he's scared of them is the Floyd Schofields of the world. Yeah, I wonder if Tenzu good pass for losing to because of the rehydration cause. Nope, they won't dare bring that up. Boxing with 2-4. Hell no, they won't bring that up. They won't bring that up because it ain't somebody they don't dislike Mortazaliev. So they ain't gonna go at him. But that's why I say, man, that's as long as that exists, as long as that rehydration clause exists in the IBF, bro, I'm not trying to hear none of that Tank Davis shit. You notice, like, whenever somebody bring that up, they won't mention about the IBF rules. They won't mention that because it'll shoot down their argument. Stop making that excuse. Say if Tank was an IBF champion, then, you know what I'm saying? It was fighting for his title, and they'll have to abide by them rules any damn way. I ain't trying to hear it, man. I really feel like in my heart of hearts, at the end of the day, those dudes lost those fights because they lost to a guy that was better than them. I'm not giving guys that's making it to the 11th round fighting the whole time weight drain. You don't get to get beat up and then be like, yeah, but I was drained. I'm not trying to hear that shit. We got beat up. Weight bullying. That's what I'm saying, Tay. If you drained, that's on you, not the fighter. That's why I say, like, I'm so surprised that fighters are saying he's the one draining somebody. I'm not draining you. You don't be big as hell trying to fight me. That's what y'all big asses get. Big ass bullies, man. Oh, and another little clip that I seen. Speaking of this, listen to what remember Mills Lane, y'all? Remember Mills Lane, the referee? Listen to what Mills Lane had to say, y'all. Listen to this. Tell me what y'all feel about this. Listen to Mills Lane.
Get in shape and fight what you weigh and tend to business. Now, if you fight as I did as a welterweight, 147 pounds, my walking around weight was 48. Now, that takes discipline. And I refuse to buy in. To me, it begs the question. I refuse to admit that a fighter has to fight at 47 and walk around at 65. I don't agree with that. I think that's wrong. I think it's dangerous. What I'd like to see is real disciplined fighters have to make weight. When I fought in the old days, you fight at 8 o'clock at night, you make weight noon that day. That's the way it ought to be. That's the way, because if I fight
at your natural weight.
Yeah, and if I'm fighting you as a welterweight for the welterweight championship of the world, which is 147, when we walk into that ring, we ought to be close to that. If you walk in at 58 or 59, and I walk in at 60, we should be fighting for the middleweight championship of the world.
Man, did you hear him? Did you hear what he said? And notice why I think that's such a good conversation that he was having, because he not highlighting no specific fighters. He not pointing out no fighters. He's just telling you his thoughts on that and what people doing. It's funny the number you running around, you fighting that, and he talking about 47, but you weighing 165. You should be fighting that middleweight. He said he walked around at 148 when he fought as a welterweight. That's crazy. He said you coming in 159, 150, 160 middleweight, bro. Man, yeah, that's crazy. You want to be 165, you should be at middleweight. And that he talking about if you at welterweight. Let alone dudes is at 140 being 165 fighting. That shit is crazy. That's crazy. And that's Mills Lane saying it. That's why I say, man, I like to hear his take, because it wasn't centered around just one fighter. He wasn't highlighting one fighter and trying to say, yo, he's doing it. And look at what he's saying, 65. Like, it's funny that amount of weight came up. Dudes be 165 on fight night, fighting at 140 is crazy. I'm just saying that weigh-ins because the way it was another event to set a fight, but it would be nice if they did. Yeah, I had asked the OG about that the same day weigh-ins, and he had gave me some insight about it. And it made sense. Yeah, I doubt if they ever bring it back too. Yeah, and fans ignore it till they lose. Facts, Tay. Facts. And it's a flip side to it. Yeah, you might feel like you done rehydrate. You might feel like you weighing what you want to weigh, but your punch resistance might be compromised because you drain your body, all the fluids in your brain, and then you try to pack it all back in. And that should be all bad for you, man. That right there made a lot of sense that Mills Lane said that. And that's people that want to make those crazy ass weight cuts like that. There you go. Shout out to Mills Lane. I thought that was real, man. He gave some real insight. Cut creator was good with it, fam. Mills Lane, my guy. Let's get it on. You know he was that guy. Mills was that guy. But you see, that was genuine. That's impressive, man. He was truly disciplined, though. He walked around at 48 and fought at 47. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's real discipline, and that's what's missing from the sport too. That's why you got a lot of this quote unquote weight bullying garbage going on, because people looking to gain that advantage, but not knowing how it's affecting them long term. So we'll see, man. We'll see. You fighters better tighten up, man. Y'all heard what Mills said. You guys gotta tighten up. The IBF is spot on. Yeah, Terrell. They spot on. I like their rule. I like the IBF rule. It's in place to me, so it don't let you get too crazy with that weight after you weigh in. And I respect it. I really do. Ty was good with it. I think it's gonna be funny. It's always been dudes cutting down like that, but now it's a problem. But care about PDs. That's the thing. They say that type of weight gain overnight could be worse than PEDs. I played a documentary. I broke it down talking about that. Joe Rogan was on his podcast talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And they was doing some studies or testing, however you want to look at it. And they came to the conclusion that, people that putting on that much weight overnight in that amount of time, it could be worse than somebody that's on PEDs. That's something that was being talked about. I just thought it was an interesting conversation. I think it's crazy. So for me, I hate, of course, I hate any PEDs in the sport, right? I hate that. And I don't like guys having to put their bodies through crazy weight cuts and then packing on mad weight overnight, right? I think it's dangerous. I think it's a dangerous game to play. You know what I'm saying? That's no knock on the fighter. I just think it's very dangerous. And if it was me, I wouldn't prefer to see a fighter do it, deplete your body like that and just pack on all that weight overnight. That shit's weird. All look like the IBF is the only sanctioning body not bought out. Right. Yeah, right. They'll take anybody belt. I'm telling you, they'll take that belt off anybody. That's facts. That's a fact. The WBA was adding 12-pounder out Jason Clark's or any updates. I thought they was gonna all follow suit at one point, but it seemed like they pulled the plug on it. Boxing with 20 to 22% over the weight. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy just packing on that much weight. You know what I'm saying? But you fight at, you know what I mean? Lightweight. You fight at, junior welterweight. You know what I mean? Running around at 160 on fight night. Dude, you're a middleweight, dude. You're a middleweight, closer to super middle. That shit is crazy. It's definitely spooky, man. Oh, man. But hopefully, people will stop killing themselves like that and start making, weight that makes sense. That ain't killing them. You know what I'm saying? But I meant to play this on Friday, man. I didn't make it here, man. Oscar Delahoya and his funny clapback Thursdays. I always end up playing these late, but they always are funny. This one I didn't even get a chance to listen to. Wrestling Middle B High School. We weighed in 2-3 hours before the tournament. Right. Shout out to Esports Podcast, man. Putting that work in with wrestling. 20%, 28 pounds. Telling that shit crazy, ain't it? Big Dre, shit crazy. Not sanctioned bodies got sued like the IBF did. If you strict on their rules and guidelines, too, they need them. They need more. Everybody need to enforce that rule across the board, I think, to eliminate guys juking the system, I think. Andrew Gray, what it do, my guy? For sure how much he believe in himself, in my opinion, by fighting at a good weight. Yeah. For sure, Mike. And moving up accordingly and being a, smaller, not. He just had the long arms, but he wasn't no big guy at all. Definitely wasn't no bully by any stretch. Always was fighting these bigger dudes that was outweighing them crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Floyd did it the right way, I think, too. Definitely. Mr. N Pride, after that fight this weekend, Kid Austin and his father need to stay as far away from Tank and Stevenson is not ready for either one of them. Yeah, it's premature. It's premature for that smoke Too many mistakes, too predictable, relying too heavily on athleticism right now and power. And that's not going to cut it at the elite level. You need more discipline, more experience, and more versatility. More versatility, that's all. And I think that stuff will come with experience in fights. I think they'll keep getting him fights. I think they'll keep him active, which will be good for him. I understand the game a little bit to a degree where you're supposed to shoot for the best out there, but on your journey, you know what I'm saying? So anytime you get an opportunity, they're gonna call out one of them top guys, but they're gonna keep fighting and building for right now. That's what I think. But of course, if a title shot comes, then why not take it, right? Because they're very young, they playing by house money. Even if they lose, listen to what his pops is saying. We get the experience, we still win. We just make it through that. We good. Like, so you hear it. He's telling a lot. Like, they saying they feel like they could win, but they know what time it is. Them fights is gonna be real fights, and it'll be lucky if they get an opportunity just out of nowhere, right? They're not gonna cut the line. That's not how you gonna get one of them fights. I don't see it. Yeah, and they learning on the job too, and that's why I say, like, if you get a fight like that, you 22 years old. If you get a Tank or a Shakur fight, you playing with house money. If you lose, it's a title opportunity to fight the absolute best, make some money, whatever the case, right? Now you get that exposure, you take that experience with you, right? So it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. You get what I'm saying? Losing to one of them wouldn't be the end of your career. Yeah, he missed that. Yeah, man. I know. In Pride, I got the clip. Yeah, missed the dang stool.
In exciting ways. That's not the thing to do against Hiram. And he misses the stool going down.
Pops was spazzing. Pops pissed off that night. Pops wasn't liking that. He wasn't enjoying that fight. Brain water. Oh man, Buddy missed the stool. He had some rough moments. I think he was fatigued in there. He look like he carrying a lot of muscle. If it's at all, if it's any way that he could trim down on the muscle, I think it'll work wonders for him. But he looks very, like, muscular, and it looked like it's starting to affect the performances. That's just me. I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like. I never seen him look tired like that. Even when he got knocked down, it looked like he got knocked down because he was tired, not hurt.
A little sloppy now here in the 11th. That could be a knockdown. That's a knockdown. It is out of the blue. 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at me. It was somewhat on the off balance. Let's go. Tangled knot.
He was tired. He definitely was tired. He got hit with a clean shot, but his momentum carried him on that shot where he swung to and got hit. The timing of it, he just looked tired. Turning his back, walking away. Little stuff like that. It's inexperience, bro. Like, it's okay. It's not a death sentence, because you got to know where you got to improve at. You got to know where you got to get better at, and that's the only way you're going to know. You know what I'm saying? When you get put in those situations where you got to figure it out, battle some adversity. So it's not a bad thing. That's why I don't like to say he got exposed. I know we use that word, but he knows he needs work. You know what I'm saying? And what better way to find that out than to go through a little bit of adversity in a fight. That's how you get better. You know what I'm saying? You see, like, it's one thing you say you get dropped and he just would have totally unraveled from there, right? That didn't happen. So he still kept his wits about him, stayed poised, and kept fighting. You know what I'm saying? Kept fighting back. So I think he'll have, that's a valuable learning experience for the younger. Won a couple regional belts. Got his opportunity with Loma. Yeah. Pugilist was good with it. First knockdown between rounds in boxing history. Right. Kid also looked good. When he was just boxing, right? Yeah, with Mike, did you catch it? The first 4 rounds or so, 3-4 rounds, he was boxing. Yeah, he's tough. Yeah, he's tough. Yeah, Pugilist, he's tough. So that's why I say there's no knock on Kid Austin at all. Like, that's why I say it's important for his father not to oversell. Because now when people watching him, they're expecting something. They're expecting something that you've been selling. You get what I'm saying? Then you don't see it, that everybody's overly critical on him. Good for me. I see it for what it is. And I know y'all having fun, y'all winning together. And you like, look, I got the greatest fighter of all time. I get it. Look, talk your shit, but just keep winning, stay focused, keep getting better. Add another trainer in there if you ain't got, I don't think that'd be a bad thing. But he was boxing early, then he just went away from it and he started fighting. When he started fighting, he gave Gervonta more opportunities. And I think he also he was a little spent, physically. His gas tank was a little burnt, you know what I mean? And he almost paid for it, you know what I'm saying? He got knocked down, but like I said, he fought back like a real one's supposed to. And he kept it going. And he got him a unanimous decision. But like I said, a real one knows the next fight for him is going to be another test, not no world title shot. It's just not realistic. I'm trying to recover it. Yeah, exceptions, yeah. Yeah, sometimes dudes go on to get a little bit better. The experience, bro. Pugilist. Ron's a tough guy. Yeah, he's tough. Yeah, that's why I said if you rush him, Mr. Empire, you might ruin him. Don't rush him, you might ruin him. Flyer frequency, my guy, what it do? Ronnie Shields is in that corner. But that's the thing, too, Mark West. I don't know if he was in here earlier because somebody else brought that up. To my understanding, and I spoke to my guy, and I can go validate it again for sure though. But he's not truly his trainer, and all you got to do to really know that is who was really in the corner. You know what I mean? His dad was right there in his face. Yeah, Ronnie Shields is helping out, should I say? But do he look like a Ronnie Shields trained fighter? Ronnie Shields fighters are a lot more disciplined than that. You get what I'm saying? They stick to game plans. They stay behind jabs. They box. They don't do that. You get me? That's why who you can tell by how you fight whose schooling is really on them, and that's not Ronnie Shields. That's all I can say. Look at any other fighter that you know Ronnie Shields to work with, and you tell me, dude, he got a certain staple on the way he teaches fighters. There's certain qualities that I believe fighters that come out of Ronnie Shields' stable are going to have. And I don't, yeah, that's it. What you see, Ronnie? What you see, Ronnie? Yeah, right. Because that ain't it. You know what I mean? I ain't saying he ain't helping out, giving no input, but the schooling and the way he approaches and applies, that's not Ronnie Shields like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now I think he need to look to. All right, let me say this, bro. For him to probably make that a permanent move, Mark, he probably have to relocate to where Ronnie is at. If he can't do that, then I think all bets will be off. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can get him for photo ops or to help warm him up and add to the corner. But I think if he really wants the schooling of a Ronnie Shields, he probably gonna have to relocate to where Ronnie is at. They get that. Shout out to Melanie Queen and shout out to everybody that hit that like button for you, bro. We're going to rock out for a few more minutes, man. But yeah, I'm with you, Mark. Shields need to be his trainer. Yeah, his pop's not a trainer. I think his pops is learning on the job, Lou, much like Devin Haney's pops, Bill. And I respect him for it because I know like learning on the job got to be difficult. Because think about it. That's why I respect what they're doing. I think they both learning on the job. You know, Kid Austin had a bit of an amateur background, but not as deep as many, right? And you can see he's learning on the job. That's why you see some mistakes. You're going to see some. And the same thing with his pops. You're going to see him probably make some mistakes along the way because I do believe he's still learning the game respectfully. And, it's going to be some snags along the way. But I think ultimately, as long as they can stay the course, keep working together and keep winning, staying on the same page, they just fine. The only thing is I can't tell him how to do his son. You know what I mean? Only he knows how to get through to his son, but he was screaming on him in that corner. I think that threw him off point a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about y'all, man. I think the advice that he was getting, it was the right stuff, but I think the approach might have been in a way where you almost allow your emotions, and your emotions is in it. It's your son, but I don't know, screaming on him. Don't ever talk to me like I'm not a man. Is what I'm saying. I get it. You training me. I ain't saying you got to be soft with me or gentle, right? But you don't ever forget that it's still a man that you're talking to, and talk to me like that. You could be passionate and get through to me without screaming on me. That's just me. I've always been that way, like, because I'm big on communication. Talk to me in a way where I could process it. I ain't for all the, like, I don't know. Everybody don't respond that way. And I can't say that he respond better in any moments because of it. He was getting screamed on, no to the water, missing the stool, say he wasn't listening, say he was making excuses, just the way he was, like, I don't know, he was going at him. And I can't say it's a right or a wrong thing. But all I'm saying is just in terms of, I don't just listen and try to criticize how it sounds, right? That's, y'all men, but I look to see how he responds from the way you give, delivering your message. And I just felt like maybe he could have been thrown off just a bit, because and the only reason I say that ain't that he ain't used to being talked to by you, but that was all new, like getting knocked down and then the way he missed the stool. It was just a combination of things that led up to that. And the advice that you were giving in the corner wasn't wrong, but your delivery was a bit harsh. Like, I don't know, you screaming on him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you can't get on his ass, but everybody don't respond that way. And like I was saying, he didn't look like he responded the best from the way he's being screamed on. BN Boxing News, what's good with the family? How you feeling? Place for a reason. Most need to stay in there. It's a close call. Shout out to Terrell. Gold Rush was good with it. Yeah, it was good coaching, but let Shields do what he does best. Yeah, and coach him up for real to a point where some of these pops need to accept when it's time to step aside. And the thing is, look, Lou, not so much that you don't gotta be part of it, right? But invite somebody in. Step aside to a degree, right? Just to make room for another set of eyes. That's all. You still there, you still hands-on, you still a factor, you still, you the guy, but there's nothing wrong with getting help. And I don't give a damn what you say. 2 set of eyes and 2 brains is better than 1. Especially if you can work as a cohesive unit. I'll just use Tank because we've been talking about Tank today. Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny as a prime example. They work well as a cohesive unit. They both want their best for the fighter. That leads to them getting the absolute most out of the fighter, right? So I do think, and I want to be very, respectful when I deliver this. For me, I'm never going to say, oh, just get rid of your dad. He's a dumb, because that would be me ignoring all the work that y'all put in to get to 18-0. You and your dad, you and Floyd Schofield Sr. So I respect that shit. I love it that he dedicated to making sure his son is going to be one of the best fighters in the world. And look, he's one of the best young talents, like, right? He's talked about, he got a lot of work to do, but his name ringing bells. They constantly winning. They staying active. People know Floyd Schofield, and people know his pops, for better or for worse. So I admire what they're doing. That's why I try not to come off in a disrespectful sense. Like, I talk as in a way as if they was listening to me. I don't got to be crazy about it. Like, I see what he's doing. He pushing his son. He want the most for him. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff is entertainment, of course. I do like the fact that when he got Shakur up there, he didn't want it to be a disrespectful back and forth kind of exchange. I respect that. But some of the stuff that he said, I was a little surprised that he took that approach. Like, you know what I mean? But I do like it. He want to keep it boxing. He do want to give him his flowers. But then sometimes you go in interviews and you go another way. So that's what Corey was kind of checking, the energy switch. But I get it. It's entertainment. And at the end of the day, you want to give the guys that you want to see him in the ring with respect, because you want the respect for when you beat them. So if you sitting here, if you tear a fighter down, then you actually get an opportunity to fight him. And if you beat him, do you really deserve credit for a guy that you tore down and said wasn't good? So when they say Shakur looked at it, he's going to be one of the greatest and all that stuff, that is good to speak life into your opponent. So when you fight him, if you beat that guy, everybody will give you your credit for beating that guy. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to be like, remember you said he was soft. You said he couldn't fight, and you said this. You speak life into him because you want to acknowledge, hey, man, the reason I want to fight that dude is because he like that. And I'm going to show y'all I'm even better than that. And I could rock with that. And I think the fans could too. Guzman into the cat. That's good. Shout out to Gold Rush. That's good. That's a good idea. A rain of peace to the queen. How you feeling today? LaMarcus, my guy, what's good, family? You think the matches can be distorted due to Floyd Senior wearing multiple hats? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I think it becomes a balancing act. And I think it's a difficult one at that. You get what I'm saying? You wearing many different hats. And sometimes it could get, you know, could get a little crowded in the kitchen, so to speak, right? Because you got to be so many different people at many different times, right? And on the fly at times, right? And in that moment, like you always gonna be a dad, but you trying to be a coach and a trainer too, right? At the same time. So yeah, man, I think so. I think the message could get a little distorted from wearing so many hats and you know, the fact that while wearing those hats, a couple of those jobs that you're taking on, you learning on the job. So I think that comes with error naturally, right? So that's what you see, some rough patches. And we seen one Saturday night. We seen a few of them Saturday night. Like he had a few exchanges in the corner that was a little, you know, he was getting on his ass. And we get it, get on his ass. But again, if I'm not seeing a fighter look like as if he's responding to what's being said, then I'm assuming you need to maybe say it a different way. You know what I'm saying? Because that could, you know what I mean? I don't know. It didn't look like he was switching nothing up when he was going off. Because though his son is supposed to be a seek and destroy guy, then in the fight he's implementing. Hey man, that's what I almost forgot to mention. It's funny how how much they critique Core for boxing and being a boxer, but that's what he was trying to tell his son to implement, right? He was trying to have his son implement you know, boxing. That was interesting, bro. Instead of that seek and destroy kind of mentality. And it's crazy because it seemed like it got to a point in the fight where they realized that this dude wasn't going and he would have preferred him to box more because he knew and understood that it would make the fight easier for him. But he refused to do it. And it's like once he flipped the switch from, all right, I'm boxing him and picking my spots to, oh, I got hit and now I'm fighting. It stayed that way. He was unable to flip the switch back. That's what I want to see for the young Schofield. Be able to, you know, switch it up. You know what I mean? Be a little more versatile. Be able to go back to plan A when you go to plan B unnecessarily. You're right, because plan A was working. You didn't need a plan B at that time. You was handling this dude, and then you switched up. Some of it credit to Garone being tough game and getting his licks in there too. But like I said, I think Schofield in many spots made the fight harder than it needed to be. I don't think that fight had to be as hard as he needed to be. What the hell? This dude in the chat talking about debate and prove me wrong. Support the channel is what I want to see, man. That's what I like to see. Smash the like button, sub to the channel, turn your notifications on, all that good stuff. Another set of eyes. Yeah, another set of eyes is good, man. Another set of eyes. With Floyd Jr., I'm like, what do you want me to do? Yeah, it was a little, that's what I'm saying. It's a little confusing. And I think some of that came because it was the first time that you know, they've been dropped. And it was getting rough, but they were still winning. You know what I mean? They wasn't in, you know, I never thought he was gonna get stopped or nothing. I just thought he was tired. I thought he was tired. Yeah, if you watch this channel, you'll know this ain't a debate channel. You know what I mean? You could speak your piece, but I wouldn't debate you. I'm not. My goal up here is never to prove somebody right or wrong, prove their boxing or knowledge right or wrong. You know what I mean? If you want to speak, that's different. You want me to box? Do you want me to brawl? Yeah. The mute. That's why I say his message got a little distorted. Kid also opponent was game. Yeah, hell yeah. Garone was game for sure. So he had some rookie moments. I'm just not a debate guy. I'm not a debate guy. I'd rather hear you out than argue with you about your pain. You know, I build. I don't argue or debate. You know what I mean? But we got to talk up. Nah, I don't think boxing is falling apart. I just think, you know, just like any other time in boxing, it hit those rough patches, man. And you know, it's a rough sport, man. It's the most imperfect sport we got, but through all the other imperfections, we get a lot of good fights, right? It could be so much better. We do know this, but I don't think it's falling apart. I think it's a rough year as opposed to 23. I think 23 was good. I think this one started off slow, hit some snags, and we still got some good action though. Despite the snags in the road, you know. Shout out to Queen Arena, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. The promoters are destroying the sport when our fans gonna call. Nah, we talk about that. So I'm with you. So for me, it's not a debate, Brody. It's more like a conversation. Like I hear you out. I don't want to say it's failing though, because I really love the sport. I don't think it's failing. I just think promoters do ruin the sport to a degree by not wanting to Nah, he did. Yeah. Blue dropped the link. Shout out to Blue Blood, man. But let's get back to it. You all, you good, bro. You good. You all good, bro. Cause I get it. It's always something to talk about. I get it. The promoters getting away because for starters, they don't want to work with each other. You know what I'm saying? They call each other out in these videos, like what you see with Eddie Hearn and Oscar Delahoya. Instead of them working with each other to make fights because they both have fighters on their stables that guys will want to see in with one another. They rather out each other in videos instead of make the fights. So what you think is better for boxing? Them going back and forth with each other or them working together to put guys in the ring? Like when a kid Austin is ready, you can put him in there with a guy like Shakur. You get what I'm saying? That's working with Eddie Hearn right now. So yeah, that stuff could be a little damaging to the sport, but it's always been that way. I hate it, but that's why there has been conversation about people trying to consolidate boxing into one. I don't know, that might be a hard thing to pull off, but if it eliminates the size of the streets and it causes for more fights to be made that we wouldn't expect, then I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Kid turning his back on him. Yeah, I respect him, Gold Rush, for not going at the younger, because he knew that was some rookie mistakes, turning his back like that, and he didn't want to get it like that. I respect it, but shit, I wouldn't have knocked him for taking advantage of the moments because he would have had his right to. It's just like Shakur said, he lucky he ain't pop his ass for turning his back like that. Because a couple of rookie mistakes. That's why I say that's where the inexperience is for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. He felt like he getting hit behind the head. But even when he got dropped, he said he got hit behind the head. But that was the way he swung with his momentum in the punch and his head turning. The guy didn't aim for the back of his head or nothing like that. But yeah, he should have. You already know. For sure, bro. Because I get what you're saying. But I'm optimistic too. I believe boxing is still doing well, but I believe it's definitely it hit some rough patches for sure. You know what I'm saying? With dates and getting because you can see it, like it's hard to ignore. Like it would be tough for me to ignore the fact that this is the first time in Errol Spence's career where I've had to hear so many different dates and so much inaccurate news and so much like unverified or non-confirmed news, right? What dates and when he coming back and opponents, you've never seen that before. And then at the same token, now you fast forward to today and you got Tank Davis, one of the faces of boxing, fight being pushed back. Now, I'm not saying that that's anything to do with him, but that's obviously got to be some type of concern or issue within the entity where they having some type of problems that they don't typically have, right? And then that's two of their biggest earners and biggest names, right? With Errol Spence and Gervonta Davis. So both kind of having issues. Errol Spence been having his much different than Tank, but this is something light. If you get your date getting pushed back a month, it's not the biggest of deal, but it is something to think about. Like, why is this happening now? Why is it a mystery as if Errol Spence is coming back? It's been so long now that the goalpost has gradually moved, or the narrative has gradually moved on to he might be retiring now. You get what I'm saying? So that right there tells me that something is going on. I don't have all the answers. What I will say, without trying to get too far into it, I'm hearing things about Al Heyman, you know what I mean? And his health might be an issue, might be a problem. So, and I've been hearing that for a little while. So if you just think about how long, if you've been a person hearing about Al Heyman and his health for a little bit, them little whispers, and I think, what is it, Louis de Cubas is taking over to some degree. I think you've seen things kind of shift, and maybe he's not, I don't know, maybe his hands on as he once was. I don't know. It's something going on. Like maybe, Mr. Kyler, you're probably right. That's why I say I don't have all the answers, but I'm just going off of the things that I've heard with a consistency. And one of those things has been Al Heyman and his health declining and having some issues there. So with that, naturally, you would feel like he would be less hands-on or less involved in the day-to-day business, right? You know what I'm saying? So maybe, I don't have all the answers, but maybe that's what's going on. But that's what I'm saying. Like when you got all that mystery around Earl Spence and when he coming back, and then you look on the other side and you're like, oh shit, now Tank fight getting pushed back. You're like, damn, something going on, but I don't think no reason to panic, right? You just some shit they gotta work out. So I ain't gonna overthink it, you know. Shit, I ain't gonna panic till it's necessary, you know. I ain't gonna panic. It ain't any time to panic just yet. It ain't time to panic just yet. Jay-Z, the blueprint. That was one on my souls of pay to be Shakur, and I can bet whatever. Yeah, all right, Rolly, listen to me then. Well, when they make that fight, come back over here and bet whatever you want. You come over here and bet whatever you want and lose your money. I'll be easy money, and I'll be glad to take it. Somebody else said that too. Something about Zepeda. Y'all too confident in these guys. They ain't never seen nothing like Shakur, so I'd like to see it, and it'd be a good test for Shakur too. So that's a good fight. That's a really good fight for him, I believe. It's a good opportunity for him to showcase his talent and where he at. And the same thing, Zepeda got an opportunity to fight one of the best, and he get an opportunity to fight a dude that's dangerous, that can punch, good body puncher, undefeated, bunch of fights in. You know what I mean? Got some experience, so be a good fight. Good fight. Good fight. Good fight for both, man. Can't overlook no guy that's been snatching bodies like Zepeda, like my guy Ant McLean been bringing up. He definitely been snatching bodies, and he definitely, I know that would be one of his focal points. But again, Shakur has that ability to put the mental handcuffs on you, and if he do that, that night could be a long one. Tavern boxing, the tavern. Damn, I can't. Mad Chad, right? No, my dysfunctional family could use it. Shout out to you, bro. It's all love. I got you. Renaming PBC with staple of boxing on Showtime and Paramount. Fox with all three removed from boxing. You get me? I just think less players like you saying. You get what I'm saying? They having to figure things out. Like I said, with Showtime stepping out the mix, you had to think something was going to be different, right? Something, you know what I mean? Then you got Amazon Prime, but I think that could work out, man. It just needs some time to, that's sort out whatever it is they need to sort out. Because I'm assuming it's a lot of money they dealing with. I'm hearing some whispers about a lot of money going on over there. So hopefully it lead to everybody, us getting more fights and dates. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Israel. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, fam. But we'll see. But let me play this clapback Thursdays at Oscar. Let's hear what Oscar had to say. I almost forgot to get to this.
It's your favorite time of the week again. Time for the only segment in boxing that gives you the facts and makes you laugh. It's Clapback Thursdays. I have always said that winning the Olympic gold medal was my biggest and most rewarding accomplishment of my entire career.
Oscar Delahoya of East Los Angeles. Oh! Huge left hand.
The brightest moment the U.S. has had in boxing.
That's just one of the reasons why I can't fucking believe that for the first time in more than a century, boxing is not scheduled to be part of the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles.
What?
Huh? That's right. The games are being held in my hometown in 2028, the site of Americans winning 9 gold medals. So I have to ask the IOC, why would he decide to make this move after 120 years of boxing in the Olympics? Bruh. Is it because the AIBA is that fucking corrupt? Or is it because of the undeniable debacle this past summer? What exactly is the reason? You're disappointing young women and men around the world who dream of becoming Olympic boxing champions. Young men and women just like myself who come from humble beginnings, to say the least, and we have little to no other options in life. Fuck the AIBA and their corrupt leader for shattering the dreams of millions of kids simply because you cannot get your house in order.
Wow.
And As you know by now, nobody is safe from Clapback Thursdays, including my best friend Holly.
I'm blessed, Holly favorite.
Something tragic happened in my life this week that I have to address. I suffered 2 huge losses. The love of my life decided to downsize her enormous cans.
No! It's been a long
This man, yeah.
without you, my friend.
This man is wild. Yo, y'all know that's a boxer, right?
Holly,
y'all know
you
that's
know
a
how
boxer?
much joy those fun bags brought to me? All the good times the 4 of us had together? Is this?
Oh, nah, bro. It's over. It's over. Nah, Oscar too spicy for me. My bad, y'all. I ain't never watched that one. I ain't know he got wild. He tripping. Oscar wilding. He out of control. His ass out of control, bro. Nah, bro. He tripping. Like, I ain't know he was his little set. Nah, it's your freaky ass off the screen, Oscar. You tripping, bro. Man, I couldn't even get all the way into that one, man. Oscar bogus, bro. He said that girl wasn't a girl, right? That's why he said, bruh. He's trying to be funny. He going at the Olivia, so he Oscar said she downsized her cans. He wild. Yo, Oscar is a wild man, yo. Man got money, he don't care. He's just a fool. Just fooling, man. Fooling. Man, but hopefully, we see he got some solid fighters on his side, man. Hopefully put him in the right kind of fights, man. You know what I mean? Make Tio and Ryan next, man. Put Virgil in there with Erickson Lubin or something. You know what I'm saying? Make something shake, Oscar. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see from Oscar. Oscar bugging. He having too much fun with that chick. He off the reservation. D1, you stupid, bro. Oscar, blessed and highly favored, man. You feeling me? Blessed and highly favored, G. Nah, man, but shout out to Oscar. Ryan Garcia, one of his just do. I think Ryan Garcia, little kids, Ryan Garcia is Oscar unofficial son. He look more like Oscar than Henry, I'll tell you that. That's for sure. Nah, my bad. That was something I don't even want to play that. Something else I was forgetting, man. It's gonna come back to me. Yeah, Blessed and highly favorite is that. Tio don't care about his belt. Ryan, Devin, a rematch. They're sick, right? That's what they need, bro. Yeah, Oscar was tripping. He just wild out. He's out there in Speedos and nah. I'm like, bro, you and that damn plastic Barbie that you got. Tripping out, bro. I ain't trying to get to no Oscar like that. But man, the wrap up, man, it was a good night of fights, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Oshaquie Foster. He got his win back. Now you're 2-time world champion. He said he focused on unifications and undisputed. He want the winner, Oscar Valdez, Navarrete too. Let's see it. Let's see it. I don't know where Robson go. Man, I think he'll give people entertaining fights, though, because he's going to always scrap. But I don't know about him getting no title back, though, but we'll see. You know? As far as Kid Austin, man, back to the drawing board for you. You got to win. You got knocked down. You got tested. You had some moments of vulnerability. And maybe he'll really learn from this, because I do remember he was in an interview talking about he feel like he can't get hurt and nobody can hurt him and all this stuff. I thought that was stupid. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was stupid to feel like that, but sometimes you got to be shown. And I think Garone proved to him that he could be hurt, put down just like anybody else. He was tired. I think he need to look into not lifting so many weights, or maybe getting rid of weights out of his regimen, his training regimen, because it looked like the muscles look like they slowing him down. And as good as hard as he working, as much shape it looked like he be in, it's just it's got to be twice as hard to work when you got that much muscle. You thought Robson won? Yeah, I didn't, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? But there's another split decision. You know what I'm saying? Another split decision. Shockey definitely beat him the first time, and I think he just, I don't know why. For some reason this fight was closer. I don't know. I want to go watch it again, but I will do that. Matter of fact, you know, sometimes I do that. I might want to do that. I think I might want to watch Kid Austin fight too, because he got a full 12 rounds just to rewatch. But overall, man, he was winning them rounds, but he made that fight tougher than it needed to be because he went from boxing to fighting, and he really didn't have to do that. Could have kept it boxing. Then I think his dad screaming on him didn't help. He wasn't responding well. Asked for water. You didn't want to give him water. It was wild. It was a little rough. Garcia is Delahoya. Who fight? Yeah, Ryan is favored if they fight again. I gotta fight wrong both times. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't feel like Shock lost this fight though. Make me want to go watch it again when somebody does that. It always makes me want to go watch a fight again. So maybe I will. I'm pretty sure I could find it and watch it again. I like it though. Dad tweaking in the corner, dude, because kid should have knocked that dude out. Yeah, he could. I think dude just didn't look like he was in the best of shape to me. Garone didn't. Like I didn't say he got to have a 6-pack, but he just didn't look like he was in good shape. Kid Austin just looked like he ran out of answers, and he went away from what was working to do something that was working but wasn't working as good as his plan A. And it's like once he flipped the switch, he stayed that way, and he never righted the ship. He just, kept it as a fight. He was cool with fighting this guy and just trying to dog him out. And Garone had a good beard. He weathered some storms. He took a lot of shots, and I don't know. He just wasn't able to do much with him. He definitely feeling them punches from Kid. Yeah, dude got a chin. Yeah, and that's why I say I think the fatigue took even more off his punches, bro. It took even more off him. You know what I'm saying? And he was just in there after a while, just fighting off the young boy's strength, and he was fatigued, bro. And you could see it. You could tell. So, learning lesson for Kid Austin. He got knocked down, got back up, finished the fight, 12 round. First 12 rounder, unanimous decision. He said they changed the fight to a 12 rounder at the last minute. I could understand that, but he looked like he was spent before we even got to 10. So, I think that was the style that he chose to fight. He set a pace early that I thought he could have maintained, but then he switched it up, and he was fighting a lot, mixing it up. He was doing a lot of unnecessary switching and moving. I think that burnt his gas tank out, and he almost paid for it down the stretch, getting knocked down and having some rough moments. But nonetheless, he figured it out, stayed the course, and he moves on. 18-0, live to fight another day. Live to fight another day. Man, so salute the Kid Austin and his pops, man. You know what I mean? As far as the Shakur and Tank smoke, that's a ways away. And it wouldn't even be smart to put him in there. Yeah, he'd kind of be playing with house money. So if you're looking at it like that, then yeah, if you get an opportunity, you take it. Because why not get an opportunity to fight the best, learn from him, and hey, you mess around, you could possibly win, right? They swear they can break people's noses and all this. But when you get in these fights, you got to break these dudes' noses. You can't just talk about what you're going to do to the best. So you get in there with less than the best, and you don't do any of the stuff you said you're going to do. So keep an eye on that. Don't oversell and underdeliver. You know what I'm saying? Don't oversell, underdeliver, man. It's never going to go well for you, man. But with that, man, boxing was fun Saturday, and it's going to continue, man. We got Keyshawn coming up. We got Boots coming up. We got some good action, man. So we're going to stay tuned. But salute to everybody in the building, man. Y'all smash the like button for your bro on the way out. If y'all have it, man, appreciate everybody. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of this good Monday. And y'all, I'll see all y'all tomorrow on a good Tuesday to build on some more boxing. We just going to keep it going. So with that, shout out to everybody in the super chat. Appreciate all y'all. And again, shout out to my guy D1 and the rest of the gang. And I'll get all with y'all tomorrow. Peace to the fam.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine, busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am